What is void? What is void? I think we have a better sense of it now. Fortuitously, everything's been rapidly restored here. We're going to get to see at least the monster in the box check here in Tool.
Ah, Goblin Ambush. What a hero. Alright, Goblin. What do you got? Gold Shield.
Gold Shield. Not especially impressive.
Now, both the racers are taking advantage here. Roll 2 is open. So you can go to Roll 2 and check out spots. Maybe try and cheat a boss down here. If you get lucky with a boss and have a instant kill ability or find something that can do the job, you get a lot of experience points real fast and supercharge the party.
Speaking of supercharging the party, Hiryu Valley is a check that has a lot of chests that are higher tier. And so you'll see runners do this one early, especially if they don't think they have a lot of power. So Fleury's gone here in the first 5 minutes. Picks up Hero Song Magic. Very nice find.
Hero Song's good. Requiem is found in Surgate Castle, as was Antidotes. Drink and Sing. So Sing's and Surgate, so...
Yeah, so we've got a good bard setup on the way here with Sing in Circuit Castle available for purchase. A couple of the really good songs so far.
Unfortunately, Fleury has Park Place and Alastair has Boardwalk. Ability versus song that you really want to have in your back pocket.
Right. I haven't quite made that connection for either racer yet, but we're going to get the Surgate Castle hint check for Alastair here momentarily as Fleury continues to loot Hiryu Valley.
Aerial areas are worthless. X-Zone and Cure 3 in the deep chest here of the mountain. So we have Kill Spell for time magic. Ribbon Surgate.
Some reasonably good loot so far. Only 7
Ice 3
minutes in here. Ice 3, so another 3rd level black magic spell.
So I'm not sure if Alastair went to that bottom chest of Pirate Cave. Some players skipped that. Wing Raptor, who's actually kind of scary at the top of the mountain there.
Yes, yeah, out of reach at the moment with no abilities that will instantaneously kill something that's not heavy. They're gonna have to wait on that one for a little bit.
Alastair going to the Moor/Mua magical forest chests.
Yeah, there are 2 chests here. You can only pick one of them, so you'll sometimes get a save outside and then a reset if you don't like what you see. The Giant's Axe, not a great find there, so Alastair will reset out of that. And Fleury's trying to get to the Moor hint.
Pub Wizard, speak to me. Roll 3 removal suit, so it might be a little too late for the party for that one, but... Chicken Knife! Is that vanilla?
Hey, I'm not actually... I can never remember which one's on the right and which one's on the left, but at minimum, that is French vanilla, if not actual vanilla.
Maybe you're brave, but sometimes maybe you're just a coward. I think it's left or right. I think that is vanilla knife, which is wild.
That is pretty wild. There's so many things. There are so many things in the game that can be in any given chest, so for that to land there is pretty remarkable.
We did, chat. We won the randomizer. Took us all 8 minutes. Hey, golem for sale. Alright, Chicken Knife again is one of the highest, if not the highest, power weapon in the game. Very potent. If you do a normal fight attack, it may have you run away, so you have a chance to do nothing in this randomizer, or run away from a treasure box if you're fighting a treasure box. Ooh, Thief, Hunter, and Slash. Oh, wow.
That's a pretty good array
and
of
mix,
stuff
and
right
mix.
there.
Okay, Mua's got the goods.
And mix. Wow, yeah.
Mua might as well be Kuzar. This is wild. You're getting all the endgame stuff right here, and between Surgate, the mountain, and Mua, you can basically beat the game now.
Pretty much, just in the limited shop checks and different chests and things we've seen so far, it's pretty remarkable how many high-level things there have been. I've seen some entire tournament seeds that didn't have this much good stuff.
Okay, and as mentioned, Chad's asking, yes, Chicken Knife and Brave Blade are full power in this randomizer. So Chicken Knife is full charged. You're doing about on X fights. I think it's like 2250 per hit. What was like guaranteed? If you danced it, you're probably maxing out for 9s. So yeah, it's trouble.
Yeah, a lot of damage potential there. As you were mentioning, the thing about the Chicken Knife, of course, is that it will cause you to run away sometimes if you try to use the fight command with it, but you can get certain abilities that will cause that to be immaterial. If you have a dancer or a dance with some dancer gear, or if you've got build up or X fight or something like that, then that means the Chicken Knife ability won't proc.
Does AIM qualify for that by chance? Because Hunter's for sale for Mua.
I'm actually not sure on that one. Maybe somebody in chat will know.
Because that's pretty wild. You can just buy Hunter and Mua and have free Chicken Knife auto fire for the rest of the game.
Pretty much. Let's see. Checking in with Kelgar, the pyramid page is in World 3, so if that's required, we at least have narrowed down where that page is.
Throw in the freebie chests or freebie handout at the Wind Shrine. The season lacking for power, so our races are pretty well stocked. Sometimes some seeds are grindy, you gotta be sneaky, win the hard way, and find ways to win boss fights. This seed's saying here have just mix and hero song and throw and whatever. Just take your level 3 spells.
It's pretty crazy. We've seen some scrolls for sale already too, so that throw command, we haven't seen javelins yet, but throw could definitely come into play. There's some bosses in particular that use reflect or so forth, and those scrolls could be very handy for those, never mind the AoE. So there's some really good stuff here early in the seed, but we're going to get a boss check in the Wind Shrine, and it's Leviathan.
Leviathan normally scary. Some spots Leviathan counters physicals with paralyze and counters magic attacks with either Aqua Rake or Big Wave, depending where you are. So squishy here. Two touches. Hey, 2 shots, take it down. Elder Branch.
Elder Branch, so our first key item. Allows entrance to more forest, and then potentially later, if necessary, Fork Tower.
We know the more forest is on Path of the Void, so that's kind of a given.
Yeah.
Fire 3, Life 2, and Lamis Terra. So we have Dancer Gear, all the big power spells. Yeah, find Black Mage or Black 5 here, we're going to do some damage. Summon 3 is the freebie on the right side there from the back of Battle Castle. So Golem is now in play for Alastair. Probably the best physical armor in the game. Cast Golem and basically soak up a pretty large chunk of physical damage to your party. Makes X-Death 1 and almost 2 kind of free.
Yeah, really, you can just tank all of those physicals with Golem as long as you have some way to do a lot of damage, and our racers are certainly looking like they're going to have some pretty high damage output in the seed. Flurry is going to go straight to more forest, and there's some high tier chests to check here too. So you can at least look at this, and then once you clear it and it burns down, then you can always just head right back to the boss. So
yeah, Flurry also has picked up Slash and abilities in town, so Flurry might have, if you get the right boss here, you can take it down in a hurry and get that free experience points. Break as well. Okay, so we're getting all the good stuff now. This is a Bar Crystal found. Alastair, I think, bought Sling already, so it doesn't matter much. Kaiser Knuckles down there if you want them. Yeah, so this seed just handing out power. This seed wants X-Death to die in a hurry.
Yeah, the seed, and we already got one of our more potentially challenging late game bosses out of the way with Leviathan. Got Subkey in World 1 there.
Alright. Subkey opens up barrier check in World 2, and about 3 checks in World 3. The Underwater Walls Tower, Great Trench, and Waterfall are all accessible by the submarine. So Sub opens up a lot of World 3 for you too. Alrighty. Lots of gil.
Yeah, big bucks for Flurry there. Alastair's in the Wind Shrine. We know this should be trivial.
Drain Sword also cursed. Misses a lot, but does damage back there. Again, if you have X-Fight or ways to not make it miss. X-Fight also has maximum accuracy, so the Drain Sword normally cursed and worthless. The X-Fight basically says, unless you kill me 1 hit, I'm coming back to full health when I'm done attacking you.
Yeah, Drain Sword actually can be pretty useful in certain circumstances.
Shote found in the forest as well, so now when Fleury finds that summon 3, it's going to be real trouble for most bosses.
No boss check for Fleury here, just loots the forest and skips out for the moment. Possibly has some purchases in mind. Gonna grab some of those flame scrolls he can use with throw. Gonna grab Slash. That will enable him to potentially kill a boss that is in more forest.
Yeah, several bosses here that are not heavy in the game. Heavy being a status effect that makes you immune to most effects, really minimizes the fact of status effects. Like you can be heavy and hit by slow or hit by stop, but it'll wear off very quickly because you're a heavy boss. And most heavy bosses can't be killed by most death effects. Math, blue magic can often override that, but typically Doom, X-Zone, those spells here, Slash, will not be effective against heavy bosses.
Yeah, so it looks like Fleury is gearing up here to make a run at whatever boss he finds.
Yeah, with the chicken knife on that hunter, Fleury is actually probably a good bet to win most fights just by swinging and being lucky. Alastair finds goodies on top of the tower, and we'll probably head out. Now see if Alastair either follows path, goes to Licks, because he might do more shopping. Let's see if Fleury's going to go shopping more or start doing bosses. Fleury has the canal, so we're going to start making some progress here.
Alastair making a visit to Licks. A couple of shops here to check out, as well as one item check. It can't be a key item, but this music box check here gets Charm White Magic.
Give me your brain. I guess lucky the boss didn't instant Aqua Rake, so that's a good save.
So Fleury had purchased a stack of those flame scrolls that we saw earlier and more. He uses those to good effect against Chimera Brain. Pick up some levels here, get this first of the two-parter check out of the way. Gets a gold armor, not great, but now has access to the ship graveyard.
Very good. And again, Fleury there with the tosses. Chimera Brain can't open the fight with the Aqua Rake, just kill the party instantly, so got a little lucky there with the instant start of that fight. Alastair is behind. We'll see if that luck holds up for Alastair.
It looks like Alastair will be hot on Fleury's heels here. We see Aqua Rake picked up, a blue magic spell.
Swing the devil. See some bows here, which normally would be how hunters are around the party now. It's nice. Bows tend to be lower tier. They're found more often because they're hard to equip. Ooh, double grip.
Yeah, double grip knight ability can certainly be handy depending on your setup.
Ooh, Alastair, I think, found Shote, but I think the Fleury found Shote. I can't remember who had Shote. Alastair trying to terrain their way through this Chimera Brain, so we're hoping for a no Aqua Rake return fire.
I think the worst we might get out of Chimera Brain at this spot is the mini blaze, but that's still fairly damaging. Yeah.
Yeah, thankfully, mini blaze doesn't do the normal blaze does the bleed effect, the damage over time. That would kill the party out real fast.
Yeah, I'm not sure that Alastair actually had enough. I'm not sure if he was the one who had found Shote. Fiery saying that Fleury found Shote,
yeah, Fleury
but I don't think they even have enough MP to cast it, even if they did have it at the moment.
Oh, Fleury goes to swing and the flower pops up blocking the shot.
Yeah, those flowers. What a pain.
Thankfully, the flame scrolls. Here your plan has really high magic defense normally, but just being so early in the game here, it's going to take damage from most spells without a problem. Submarine key.
There we go. So one of our hints, submarine key in World 1. We get it pretty quickly here at Ship Graveyard. Fleury's going to hoof it to Carwin.
I just run here too. It's faster. Just to aim for the airship, get in the airship, aim for the spot there, go down the ground.
Yeah, I like it. Walking the overworld in that situation is one of my favorite things to do too. It just seems like it's faster. And if you want to warp shard out here, you can. A lot of options after that. You can go to North Mountain if you feel like it.
So you're gonna raid the pub spot here. Yeah, Silk Road.
Oh, Ninja Crystal. Yeah, very nice find. Already had access to throw, but Ninja, of course, gives you the opportunity to dual wield later too, as well as just being a pretty good class to use.
Ninja hits hard and fast, and also masters quickly. Ooh, break sword and wall. No fancy that.
Nice.
The Ninja has like 3 levels, I think, to master, so it's actually a very quick class to master, and makes your mimes and your freelancers ultra strong.
Yeah, and Fleury's... Sorry about that. Fleury's going to go ahead and take the land route to North Mountain 2.
Alright. In North Mountain tonight I skipped because if you do it in World 3, you can do the very weak check on top and also the nasty behemoth check behind it. So sometimes racers fade it back to the last possible chance.
Yeah, the checks that are kind of 2 in 1, if you can roll those into one, it's always nice, but sometimes, and a lot of us have probably done this, if you leave North Mountain 1 on the table too long, then sometimes that can really come back to bite you later in a seed.
Fleury embraces the inner Lena within and says, I'm going to run through all these poison flowers. Every single one. Alastair takes down the flower. You see Alastair relying mostly on terrain, and it's very powerful in these first few fights. Terrain holds up the mountain too, and might even hold up the Shiva spot. But once you get past the Shiva spot, the terrain damage is kind of fixed. Ouroboros.
One flame scroll ought to do this.
Rip.
And then some.
This will be a huge boost of experience points too. Ouroboros is a huge, just gives out all kinds of experience points to the spot you're on. Maybe not. Okay, this is Zonk.
Yeah, that was pretty much a Zonk. Strength Zoot's, I think, a little bit underrated, but also it's just a marginal gain. It can be nice to have that around.
It's a mid-game armor, at least. Nothing else. It's decent enough. Some boss will plink off you with that. So we're going to Licks now. Getting ahead of the game where Alastair did before. Fleury also using the Mode 7 land tracker.
Fleury's spent some time building up a resistance to this poison. He does not fear it.
That's why Lena. She gets poison on purpose. Alastair again. So all racers are kind of opposite spots now, where Alastair went to Licks first and then the bosses. Now Fleury did the bosses in a row, and now he's going to Licks. Is that Thunder on the bottom there? Just Thunder.
Yeah, that was some Thunder Scrolls, so I think Fleury's going for those. He's opted to use those Fire Scrolls already, so it would make sense to pick up some of those too. As you were pointing out earlier, Thunder is such a useful element in this game because so few bosses have resistance to it.
Quite a few are actually weak against it. Soul Cannon comes to mind. You can use it on the triplets and get damage to all 3 triplets. Yeah, just like a few water bosses. Leviathan would be weak against it, but Leviathan's already dead. Necrophobia is weak against it too, because Necrophobia is weak against everything.
So fair, and the scrolls are great for those Necrophobia barriers because they're not reflectable.
Alastair is a fellow of reserved caution as he walks the flowers very carefully. So we're now going to Surgate Castle, so doing things in a backwards order. So we'll probably have access to Sing very soon. So the hero song might come into play faster than we think.
Yeah, exactly. And I think they have Requiem. Well, I was just going to say, I think they have Requiem too, but it's actually here in the Surrogate shop.
It's almost simultaneous that Fleury found Sing in the Mountain, and Alastair bought Requiem off the shop here kind of at the same time.
Yeah, it's kind of overlapping. They diverged, but now we're getting a reconvergence here. Everything is kind of coming together again as Alastair's finishing just now the Peroberos fight on North Mountain.
Yeah, Antos here, they're endgame mixed materials. We're using those, so clearly the buy bunch or keep notes for that. Sing. So we'll go back to the bank of my back pocket and sell things.
Picks up Sing. I feel compelled to sing, but I don't want to get us kicked off the air.
Yeah, it's usually not worked out too well. Make a DMCA, that's not really good at all.
No. I think you could do 4 seconds, and that would be legal.
It's 4 seconds?
4 seconds. I think it's anything over 4 seconds.
I'm wondering how the radios that do like 10-minute, second-long intros to all these old rock songs and get thrown off the air by, like... You would think someone like Ozzy or someone like Metallica would be super happy about this stuff.
Yeah, they seem to get away with that a lot.
Yeah, none of them Metallica. Anyhow, so Fleury doing the back end here, getting the hints for that we know already from Alastair. The arrow values are now worthless. So normally you want to find the Lanka with the adamantite. There was 2 boss checks on the top there, but we know both those spots are not going to be helpful.
Yeah, so adamantite, if you grab that anywhere, you can just fade that entirely. Don't have to worry about that. It's a pretty long check too, so to get those 2 bosses. So it's actually very useful information.
You need to get to Lanka Meteor for past the void, so we definitely know, or anti-barriers I should say. So we definitely have to have the first part. You have to go to Catapult and open up the boss fight there. Sorry, back in the airship. Where are we off to? Meteors.
I think Alastair popped into Walt's town there, but I didn't see him check any shops. Did he just check the search?
Alastair was shopping. He bought float in the magic shop I saw.
Okay.
I
completely missed that.
I only have 2 eyes and there's 2 screens here. And I'm not a chameleon. They only go one direction.
I've only got one really good eye at the moment, so I'm even more of a disadvantage.
I didn't notice the float purchase though. That's a big deal for Catastrophe and for Titan.
Yeah, for sure. The float can actually literally save your run if you run into Titan in a bad spot, because those quake spells, you can just dodge them entirely.
Liquid Flame, normally horrifying, but dies to slash attacks.
And usually on the first try. So big XP boost incoming here for Fleury, as well as the item check.
Falls page.
Falls page, very interesting.
Which falls into play now, because now we have sub-key from the graveyard, and now we know graveyard is Path to the Void. So any one of those sub-checks could be Path to the Void, which is... The Barrier Tower has 3 checks, obviously, as does the... the waterfall and the trench are 1 check each, as does the underwater walls.
Exactly, so sub-key early is helpful, but also you have got a lot of branching paths now, so it'll be interesting to see. We've got some hints that have not been checked yet, so maybe those will give us some better ideas too. Fleury's going to run to Kelb. Alastair is fighting Crayclaw in Walt's Castle.
Yeah, she was fought Crayclaw. Surprise! Thunder weakness. There we go. Alright, Shiva Spot offers us what? Nothing!
That's pretty much nothing. A soft and a stealth robe. I think you put it better than I did.
It was more or less. We have nothing. Being good with less is very good. Alright, Alastair gonna walk out of the castle. No, on purpose. Not gonna warp out. So Alastair probably wants to go right to the meteor up top there. And Alastair might not have slash equipped, so this might be a bit of a longer fight.
Yeah, I haven't really gotten a good sense of his loadout yet. He's got the throw going there too, so a lot of these boss fights have been pretty fast.
Yeah, honestly, the spot here, the meteor, was it 2,000 HP for the meteor?
This one's 15, I think.
Okay, it's 15, I think 22 at the Titan meteor.
The question in chat, what is the question mark item? That's actually a blue magic spell, and off the top of my head, I don't remember what it does.
It's damage. You do damage until your current health, subtract from your maximum health.
Oh,
So
right.
if you have a lot of health, like mostly Tyrannosaurus Rex, the dead boss, has that ability where it's normally not a problem. You just kill it if he's down. You actually fight it. It occasionally does question marks back at you and says, "Oh, you hit me for 8,000 damage this fight. Take 8,000." Also, outside Karnak, the dogs, you're fighting them for money in the vanilla game. They also just don't announce that they just do the question mark attack, and then they just simply, if you're almost dead, it's like, oh, you're level 10, take 200 damage. Usually a bad scene.
Alastair took a little bit longer to clear Liquid Flame there because he didn't have Slash equipped, but does get his Falls page. And Fleury's got Sandworm, and Sandworm is, well, being Sandworm.
Sandworm's annoying. It's just boss the odd timing, charting is wonky. Fleury is just ignoring the whole mechanic, just throwing AoE spells at it to kill as fast as possible.
I think he was going for his dual-wielding ninja there, but the Sandworm ducked out of the way before he could... Oh, and his...
There it goes again.
Oh,
goes back.
Phew. He was almost did it again. Almost did it again. Unfortunately, it hasn't found any water scrolls yet. Those are very handy here. Flame scrolls are still going to do a decent amount of damage at this spot.
Yeah, desert enemies, notably the Sandworm, and I think that's really the bosses around here in the game, take 8 times damage from Aqua Rake and certain water attacks.
Yeah, and we found Aqua Rake pretty early, but unfortunately no blue magic, but tablet. 4th tablet. As yet unhinted, we might find a hint about it later, but Bal Castle.
I mean, I would consider that to be a huge, surprise boost. Bal is basically done very early in most races. The boss is pretty soft, and it's a good payoff.
Yeah, it's a pretty good early game check, especially since Fleury was able to get that XP from Waltz Meteor. It means that this check with the party that these powers, the power that these parties have, made that check pretty trivial.
Let's see here. Alastair heading to Willow Cave, the waterway.
Was that our... Oh, that was our second Lunka Meteor hit, but we of course already knew that it had the anti-barrier, so that was kind of redundant.
I'll find the third one. We found one in World 1, one in World 2. I want to get the Mirage in World 3. Like, psst, hey buddy, you don't Lunka Media. That's Path to the Void. No need to thank me.
Information right here.
2 light stabs. So Alastair's found 2 light stabs. There's one in the there's one back in Tycoon, and there's one now in the waterway. So if you find a staff cracking class, you can do about 10,000 damage to extra that for free.
Yeah, those light staves are really handy. They don't have anybody who can use them just yet, I don't think. But if they manage to find it, as you said, that really shaves some time off your X-Death fight.
We found Califasteri, but thanks to the wall ring, it's now Califasteri. The boss likes to use your wall rings to make your buff herself up.
Yeah, Califasteri's script is pretty sharp. If you've got Reflect active, she will leverage that to her advantage.
Normally it'd be kind of crushing. She's healing 400 around and hasted, but with the chicken knife on the mug there, like the outpace of it.
Yeah, Mug Chicken Knife doing some real good work here for Alastair. The Mug isn't going to trigger that Chicken Knife proc, so you can do pretty solid damage with that.
Cal can also drain counter, so been lucky so far without being hit by that.
Alright, first check of Kuza, we've got a Dragoon Lance in the 12 o'clock position, and then working our way around clockwise. Quick Time Magic, Genji Gloves, a Hardened Dagger, a Guard Ring.
Oh,
I
×6.
missed that one. Time 6, very nice to see. Genji Armor, Big Guard. Love it. Genji Helm. And Guard Ring. That's, well, one more. Oh, Bahamut. Okay, so that's a good find too, but kind of an underwhelming. Kuzer, there's not a lot here that they can make use of just yet. Time 6 is a pretty good choice.
Time 6 is
solid
solid.
for that first. Yeah.
Time 6 is great because they found X-Zone in Huey Valley.
Right.
Alastair takes down Califasteri. I did miss the reward because I was looking at this subpar Kuza.
Yeah, I was keyed in on Kuza. I went for... It's going to go for Bahamut here as his third choice.
quick seems tempting to take, but it's 96 MP to cast. Not happening right now.
Yeah, expensive spell. You want either a gold hairpin or just buckets and buckets of magic points in order to make use of that. More of a late game thing, typically. So Alastair's following this hint. It looks like he's going for the catapult, which he needs to access Lanka Meteor, which we know is going to be the anti-barrier.
Yep, anti-barrier there, so that's halfway to Exit Castle, and possibly anti-barrier is interesting because you can go to Exit Castle and get the first basement fight, the Google 1 spot, and there might be something important there. So anti-barrier into bracelet is one of the nastiest treks in the game to try and solve.
Yeah, that's a pretty high leverage check as far as I'm concerned. You can do, if you get the anti-barrier and you can go to that first Exdeath Castle check and there's something important there, pretty big deal. Galura, as soon as you see him, he's gone.
Four sword, one of the, if not one of the strongest samurai swords.
A pretty powerful katana. Fleury had already grabbed the chest, so just warp shards out of Tycoon Meteor. And here at the catapult check, we've got Shoat. Ugh.
Yeah, Shoat's bad news.
Immediate drain on the chicken knife user. That's not amazing.
I mean, it's not bad to have him before the attack.
Yeah. Does have at least one soft on hand.
So Shoat's a problem because Shoat has very few weaknesses and counterattacks with petrification and casts drain at a pretty high level of power. So Shoat in a bad spot can really just be a tank and just be an awful, long, dragged out fight.
I think the HP at this location, another mug should do it.
Yeah, this is a soft spot. This is the catapult.
Yeah, there we go. So that's actually a pretty nice place to see Shoat in this spot.
It's Megisa, which means Lenna's poisoning him.
Another Slash. Slash doing a lot of work for Fleury here so far. Takes care of Megisa very quickly. Karnak Meteor. Couple of items. Flame Whip.
Last Chocobo, nothing important. I think equips something and HP plus 10%. So good news for Fleury is that these slash fights are fast. They're not taking a lot of time. The bad news is now you hope in the void you find some easy, quick kills in the void. A lot of our gimme bosses are dying real fast in roll 1 here.
Yeah, it's all well and good to be slashing your way through the early game until you realize that all of the not insta-killable bosses are stacking up in the void. So, we've gotten a couple of rough ones out of the way, Leviathan most notably, but there are still plenty of dangerous bosses out there at the higher and higher HP checks as we move along here.
Yeah, Minotaur and Stalker are doing their best Scott Steiner interview. In Stalker, it'll be like I have a 485% chance to win because he has 4 Stalkers. Yeah, it's a nightmare. I'm gonna think about that. I don't want to see Stalker in the void. Even if I'm commentating, I don't want to see Stalker in the void. It's not fun for anybody.
Thanks. I'm okay.
Alrighty, Alastair heads to the library. Let's talk to a turtle. Caves are dead.
Caves are dead.
Alright, so
Guido's the trendsetter. If Guido says caves are dead, you know caves are dead.
So caves are out of play, and the skies are out of play. So that means terra firma, folks.
Strictly operating either above ground or underwater in this one.
No Boko again, Obi. Yes. Fleury heading back to, this is battle? No, this is walls.
This is walls, yeah.
So name that treasure room. Let's see. Alastair heads to... it's Lanka. Timmy. He's close. He's on meteor at least. Timmy just hits really hard. And alternates between hitting once and hitting twice. So every round, Timmy hits 2 attacks, 1 attack, and 2 attacks. So it's very powerful. Also has built-in armor and shell. So half damage by default.
Yep.
However,
Timmy, another one of those slashable bosses, so that's another one off the list of insta-killables.
Anti-barrier.
What a surprise.
Who could have foreseen this?
I know I sure didn't.
Alastair has the antibarrier, which gives you access to Exodus Castle initially. You need that and the bracelet to crack through the illusion in level 2.
Fleury gonna take on Crayclaw. Has Thunder Scrolls, so we'll make very short work of this encounter.
That's a Crayclaw Shiva spot, so it's going to be, I believe, a gold armor, if I recall correctly. No, this is a stealth suit.
This is stealth raid, yep. Oh man. Sharp-eyed, the Seawolf one, as always. We did find some javelins here in the right magic shop in Karnak, so that's a very nice find.
Oh, baby.
With both throw and ninja at our disposal. Alastair picked up a stack of 30. Always good policy.
Yeah, javelins are... They're normally a drop in the melee game. You don't have them normally. If you get a drop from an enemy, you can steal nothing from one enemy in Lanka somewhere, I think? Something weird. And they throw for like 3,000 damage. Like, the throw power versus the attack power is obnoxious.
I saw Mute, Spellblade, and Speed Song also here in Karnak in the weapon shop.
Mute Spellblade is nice. Certain bosses get hamstrung. Omniscient comes to mind. If you find Omniscient in a bad spot, Mute Sword can save your beacon.
Alastair is going to pick up Image White Magic as well from the item shop here, and also check the hint. Exdeath's Castle is on the path to the void.
Well, I know that, but no, seriously though, I mean something. One of those boss fights in the castle has a tablet, probably.
Yeah,
or not. Actually, it means that any item you find there, any key item you find there that opens to the spot, now may be your path to the void. So,
right. So any of those places like Exdeath's Castle that has multiple checks, then if you find multiple items, you have to start weighing. Okay, now which of these do I chase down?
And the submarine that we got from more forest is also path to the void. So now, if you have a combination of, no, I'm at the submarine key, I'm at the Exodus Castle, I'm at the combination of submarine key, Exodus Castle, and I hope these checks work together. So if you find like say the trench page in Exodus Castle now, you have two things saying, hey, you have submarine, hey, Exodus Castle. So the trench becomes more likely to be a check to the void.
Right.
It's your boy Shoat. Here's the thing for Shoat, you can hit him with the Venom Sword and get him poisoned, and then you can hide and just wait for him to die. Oh, the one shot though. Chicken knife and double swing. Gets the job done. Alright, so Alastair taking care of business here. Both our racers are doing tablets. Fleury now hitting the Chocobo spot. We're seeing the mix-up here, that they're both kind of doing the same things in different order. So, give her bracelet for more power. Neither have checked the More Forest boss yet. I don't think they've actually checked... Well, Fleury checked the Fleury Valley boss. Alastair not doing the meteors themselves. Different order, so we'll see how it goes. Close to the shop's a little weird to see. And with next to time 6 on the menus, a lot of bosses actually can be slowed down. It's not a uncommon weakness.
Yeah, that's something that can come in handy. It's more situational, but you can even use it during your setup for against the tree in the final fight, if you like.
Alastair finally pulls Shoat out of the back pocket and killing Deliver with that. So we go to Jakol, which is an interesting display, but Jakol has 2 unique shops. There's Haste.
Ooh.
And Love Song.
Definitely worth it in this one, too.
And Sleep,
Love Song is fantastic.
And Revivifies. Okay, so the rare shop, and eye drops. So yeah, Revivify and eye drops are a big mix things. I'm not sure they were found anywhere else.
Yeah, I don't quite recall off the top of my head, but if you know that they're here now, then that's a good play. And it looks like Alastair's just right behind. Gonna pick up some of those great abilities, possibly some consumables as well, but at least now knows they're there.
Yeah, they had 30, Alastair had 30 in the back pocket that they found somewhere else before.
Ah, they were already fully loaded.
That happens though occasionally. Sometimes one shop might have Revivifies, and you have mix and chemistry. Like, I'm ready to go for the void. And you get the void and realize, I can't mix anything. I don't have any holy water. This is terrible.
Yeah, terrible sinking feeling.
Fleury gets TV as well. Well, anti-barrier momentarily. Yep, okay. A few more moments. A little bit longer. Jimmy hears that for love song. Timmy's here for combat. Alright, so Fleury abandoning the slash strats and just going for damage now. Alastair heading to the top of Lix or top of Kelb, and might go to the mountain next.
I believe Alastair has not been to Hiryu Valley yet.
No, that was definitely a Fleury check.
That was a Fleury check. So, and I believe it was Wing Raptor up there at the top, so we definitely have the tools to deal with Wing Raptor now.
Wing Raptor's actually oddly hard to hit with a... I think only Doom works. Like, Break doesn't work on Wing Raptor. I think Doom does, and I think Slash will work. Like, you have to actually kill it.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, it's a bit of a strange one. But as you pointed out, there's some quirks to the insta-deaths you could use against Wing Raptor.
Yeah, for the first boss of the game, it seems strange it would program, oh, you can't be hit with, Petrify, because obviously you'll never have Petrify for the first boss in the game. So just kind of a quirk they took time to program it. Maybe it was a test dummy.
Yes.
Yeah. Alright, so Fleury having a real struggle here against Timmy, because Timmy, he's like a truck over and over again.
Yeah, Timmy is a real pain in certain spots, and
oh no,
Fleury is actually going to have to reset here.
Yeah, the slash missed the first time, and then Timmy went down, took down the chicken knife user, and just kept hitting too fast and hard for Fleury to catch up and do damage. So I wonder if Fleury didn't save before that meteor. We're going to Istari now. We're going somewhere else. Alright, Alastair going to find X Zone now, and Cure 3. Alastair has not yet gone to Bal Castle, so does not have the tablet and access to Time 6.
Yeah, I think the best we'd seen prior to this was Time 3. So I'm not sure if Alastair has that yet.
Yeah, but Time 6 would do the job here.
But Time 6 is the only one that will work for X Zone. But here's Wing Raptor. Does have that Mug Chicken Knife, and does, I think, still have Golem, summon equipped for Golem, so that will help at least a little bit, but the Breath Wing is the big concern here.
But isn't Breath Wing a 7 out of damage? Isn't it your quarter of your health?
Let me think, is the Breath Wing percentage damage? I'm actually not sure now that you mentioned it.
That's Flame. Flame is percentage
damage.
Oh,
yeah. Yep.
So Breath Wing, yeah, it just hurts you. That's a quarter. Okay. They're both a quarter.
Yeah, that's not bad then.
My brain does work sometimes.
Mine rarely does.
Alright, so we're going to see here a slower fight. The spot here on top of the mountain is pretty high HP. And Wing Raptor is not inherently dangerous, just, it's to be a tank.
Yeah. 12,000 points at this check.
And those who are playing the game for the first time, Wing Raptor counterattacks fights. Not aims, not throws, not mugs, not dances, not X-fights, just fights. Fleury in the car right now, doing some shopping and getting hints. Oh, so Ferris actually has robbed the potion of the base form of Wing Raptor and robbed the guardian form of Wing Raptor of the other potion.
It's pretty rare that you see that.
Yeah, the bosses change this game, like Wing Raptor, Archaeavis, Mergine. They change actual, like, it's not a sprite change, the same sprite and same stats. Oftentimes it's a different monster. So,
yeah, they're literally swapping in a body double.
Full moon, so experience points, but no real reward besides that. We're going to water.
Yep, Alastair is headed toward Barrier Tower.
Where are we? I was taking the back way there. We're going around the other side. There it is. Submarine also has a free inn. Wherever you stop, you just walk downstairs and take a snooze.
The finest accommodations on our submarines.
You try to sleep on a boat, like chair. These are awful.
No. I wouldn't want to sleep on one of those.
I've tried and failed. Alright, I was going to say here. Now, Barrier Tower is interesting, because Barrier Tower has 2 trap chests and the boss on top. So it's technically 3 actual checks possible here for progress.
And these chests can roll either red or yellow dragons. The red dragon, generally speaking, easier to contend with.
Yeah, red dragon's one. It's weird. The yellows are not as dangerous hit by hit, but there's 2 of them, and if they just start doing lightning breath over and over again, you just start taking like 5 damage around. It's at hand in a hurry.
Yeah.
With the chicken knife on hand. Alright, Fleury, let's see here. Where's Fleury going now? Library.
Just an epi for that first trapped chest.
I know, I'm a little excited about it. Hip hip. Epi! No.
Epi. No, I missed the cue. I'm sorry.
No,
You want to try it again? You go ahead.
No, it's...
No, go ahead. Do it one more time.
On the we have... Fleury does it later. I assure you, Fleury will be here
Okay.
and do the same chest. We'll try it again.
All right. You can put it on the T for me that time. Maybe I won't whiff.
Alrighty. We're going to save here and check another chest. Same deal. Red dragons or yellow dragons. And the boss here on top of the tower, also really beefy. This tower has a really high HP total. More red dragons. But now this time's not an ambush, so we're going to have to take some damage back. Fleury's back in Mua?
Interesting. Not sure. Might be something he had his eye on that he didn't buy earlier. Was it Mix just now?
No, I didn't buy it. Sells the ribbon.
Sells the ribbon. Oh, gets a golem.
Yeah, found something 3 in the mountaintop and realized I want golem now. Atomic Ray says... Ow.
Yeah, Atomic Ray Reflectable, in this case, it had the nice benefit of saving the chicken knife user at the cost of a little bit of healing back the other direction, but still going to take down the red dragon here. Get a flame whip.
Alright, so both of our chests here are kind of zonky, unfortunately. Red
Yeah,
dragons
so
are weird
if
too.
there's anything...
Yeah, on top of the fire thing and the reflection being a problem. Red dragons are also undead apparently, so don't cast Doom, don't assassin knife them, don't try and steal HP from them.
Yeah, curiously enough. That's a strange one the first time you find out about it.
Yeah, assassin knife. Ah, I got it.
Oh.
Omniscient. Nope.
Immediate reset from Alastair. Red Wizard at the top of Barrier Tower has changed locations. Did not like his previous tower.
We're out of here.
Gone to Barrier Tower instead.
Yeah, you find magic sword, it's great, but obviously,
Yeah.
Alistair does not have magic sword.
Yeah, we've seen Mute Sword Spellblade, but we have not seen any way to use it yet.
And Greg 3 in the inside the forest here.
It's like it's all javelins all the time for Fleury. And
Yeah, so
Alastair's going to make the Bal Castle check.
There we go. So we'll find that tablet soon enough. So Omniscient, the Rug Mage. Rug Mage was Berber, because Rug Mage, if you hit him with a physical attack, he turns the fight back to the start. anything. Physical attack, using an item on him, using a scroll or a staff. It says, nah, let's try it again. Your options are to mute him, which wears out pretty quickly. Make him a Zerk, which sounds like a great idea until you realize he's like 10 times stronger than you. And also has inherent shell and armor like the Adamantoise does, so it takes half damage to most attacks.
Yeah, Omniscient wears that enormous set of drapes as robes to hide just how jacked he is.
Yes, Fiery mentioning in chat that Giggle 3 actually can be killed with a death spell. So Giggle 3, you can hit with a death potion and it'll just drop dead.
I'm surprised I didn't notice this before, but Fleury has equip whips on Ferris and is running a flame whip right now, so gets a fire 3 proc on that.
Yeah, so break 3 is annoying. There you go, Enkidu goes down. Enkidu's the scary one in this fight here. Enkidu can do Vampire, can do Area 3, can heal again if you let him hang on long enough, might heal again. So Enkidu's actually the scary part of the fight.
Yeah.
Also Abductor. If you fight Abductor and it's in a bad spot, a lot of HP, you can't kill it for some reason. Abductor has some nasty stuff too. Just it's allowed to fight and live, just do really mean things too.
Yeah, and just the way those drain spells tend to work, Vampire and Drain both, they do a lot of damage kind of regardless of any kind of, magic defense that you might have innately, so really a lot of damage output there in certain spots.
Your only benefits are higher level, like either lower the level, make your level higher, or have Shell on because in half. But yeah, it's a real hard hit no matter what to do.
Yeah.
And certain bosses, notably Sho can do it, and obviously got a very soft, very weak Calipisteri. She's known for doing that as well, where she'll just, hit for 400, drain for 900. Like, yeah, I'm not getting anywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Alastair.
Greg 3 is confused.
Greg 3 is dead.
Alastair grabs
Times 6.
Times 6. Oh, I tried to sync it up and didn't.
Ooh,
Gonna
big
get
guard.
Big Guard too. Preemptive choice. Does not have access to blue yet, but nothing wrong with that. Depending on what he's seen, you might not actually feel the need to come back here at any point in the future.
Yeah, it's not really. I don't know. Maybe 2 guard rings or maybe hardened, just ninja. It's hardened is probably the worst of the ultimate weapons, just because it's not great.
Yeah, and Alastair eventually just settles on one of those guard rings.
The guard rings are pretty significant boost in defense and power, and regenerates you as the fight goes on. And it sells for like 20,000 gil. It's a pretty
so it's
sell.
at minimum money, and in the meantime, if you want to use that as an item, you certainly can. Fleury came away from the check he was working on, which I'm just totally blanking on.
Forest.
Yeah, more Forest with the Hear You Call, and we know that this is more Forest with Pass to the Void, so therefore he's got to follow this chain.
You get hit one day, it's like Loose Funerals, Path to the Void. What?
Oh no.
Oh, Grandpa. Surprise. It's Greg, maybe. Let's see.
There's still a couple Gregs out here that can satisfy the requirements for the Zeza Fleet check.
Here's our forced goblin fight over here. Gibligate.
Don't talk back.
And dead. Alright. Now this boss fight also pretty beefy. Surprisingly strong.
Okay, this will probably be kind of time-consuming, perhaps, but...
The Archgrave is not dangerous, per se, I don't think, in the spot. Just going to be really beefy, just take a lot of hits.
Yeah, something close to 18,000 hit points. It's a strange number, but around 18,000 hit points at this check.
Alastair down the Forest, and we know Forest Path of the Void, so Alastair will follow it to the bitter end. And only Alastair knows about the terrifying rug... Actually, no, it's Fleury knows about the Rug Mage. Who saw Rug Mage and bet that? Was it Alastair or Fleury?
That was Alastair at Barrier Tower.
Yeah, okay. So, Fleury is unaware that Barrier Tower maybe require Path of the Void, and definitely requires a trip to the Rug Mage. That's sure something possible. Yeah, I guess it'd be a thing. It is weird. The bosses do change sometimes. Like as they go further back in the game. Like if you run to Bahamut or like we saw Leviathan, we saw Chimera Brain use a mini blaze in the ship in the Torna Canal. So it doesn't use the big hit. It uses something smaller. But bosses, as you get further in the game, can use bigger attacks.
All together.
Astounding.
Astounding.
Many years before Devastation, it was astounding. Alright, Alastair. Mild Forest. That's what the race are getting. We're an hour into the race now. Usually, in my practice seeds and my race seeds, I felt like an hour was kind of like, it should be exit time. I should be heading to the castle now and exploring. Third tablet.
Third tablet. I have to hear you call. Is Fleury even going to bother to go back to Sealed Castle is the question.
Maybe for Bahamut and for, yeah, I mean, that's really it. Bahamut.
That's pretty much it, right? Yeah, Bahamut and then probably money. The rest of the stuff looked like money to me.
Yeah, you have like a full...
I just saw dollar signs with the rest of those checks.
2 guard rings, a full set of Genji stuff, and Bahamut, really. That's what I was out there right now. And unfortunately, our class are very soft and squishy, so no armor classes right now. Roll 2 for Alastair, roll 2 for Fleury. Where are we going? Fleury's going to the barrier tower. And Alastair doing the vaunted basement check.
We are running out of checks in total, really. We've got first library check, I think, and then we've seen all the meteors, and we've seen everything else that's accessible in World 1 and that was already hinted, that wasn't hinted barren. So we're kind of running out of real estate here. I think X-Death's Castle basement being a relatively quick check, this is probably a good play here by Alastair.
Diblos. Diblos is another drain boss. Him and the panda both do the they can counter drain with armor, with shell.
We do have a Path to the Void hint. Yeah, as Fiery is pointing out in chat, so this could very easily be Bracelet.
Yeah, it could be interesting. It just... You saw the one though, like, it's Path to the Void, and it satisfies it, but is it like the Path to the Void? Is it all?
Right, yeah, exactly, yeah. You still check those other checks.
Ooh, Bart's very impressive, hits himself with a bow.
Wow. That takes some real skill, I gotta say. But yeah, I would say this, though. If there's anybody in a video game who could hit themselves with a fired arrow, it would probably be
Lena.
Bart's. Oh, Lena? Okay. I was just gonna steer into the old Bart skid there.
Alright, hang on, it's almost time. So Fleury ran to the Red Dragon, and the Red Dragon, for some reason, had his number, and he did a quick reset and went back to the save point. Now for Yellow Dragons.
So, X-Death's Castle basement. Oh,
First
there we
tablet.
go. First tablet. How about that?
All right.
So X-Death's Castle passed to the Void, at least in part, satisfied by the basement check. But the bracelet's still outstanding, and I think it almost has to be...
Rug Mage.
Yeah, either Rug Mage or first library check.
Fleury escaped. Oh, the chicken knife. Fleury escaped by accident with the chicken knife.
Chicken knife sometimes saves your bacon when you least expect it.
Don't worry, I'm helping.
So Alastair is going to take this first tablet and head back to Sealed. One thing that I have noticed Alastair doing here, and just for the purposes of everybody watching to point out, if you have any yes, no dialogue boxes in this game. You can always use the B button to just back out rather than having to menu to the no. That saves a little bit of time.
As you're grabbing Bahamut, quick, and another guard ring. Alright, one dragon down.
Okay, Dry and Fiery pointing out in chat, I believe Moogle Waterway is still unchecked.
Isn't it a cave, though?
Oh, that is it a cave? Yeah, I guess it is a cave.
We'll use the library for
I did
door.
Did not connect those dots in chat.
Yeah, they used the rug, rug mage, or library.
I think I like library.
Hip hip!
Unless we do have... Epee!
Hey!
I did it! Competence.
Now we're getting there. So yes, back to our nightmare scenarios. We have Rug Mage with like the most HP possible in the first two worlds, and and then the front of the library. So we're going to the library first.
I like it.
We've not seen any black magic, have we? We've not seen. We have Bolt 3, Fire 3, Ice 3, and no black magic ability whatsoever. Yeah, true. Gray 4 is nasty, and the branch spot is worse. There's the 4 guardians there that just pile on HP, but they're effectively with shell and armor on. Rug Mage has twice the HP he should have.
Right. And the sad part is we got Dispel so early, and that would be huge for that fight, but with no access to White 6. So that's a little bit disappointing. But it doesn't look like we're going to find it either, because we've done basically all the checks we have access to.
So we got 4 hunters casting Fire 2 for all of eternity.
And no access to spell blades yet, right?
I think we saw... Actually, no. I haven't seen any spell blades yet. We've gone to all the shops, I think. We haven't skipped any shopping.
Now I think across... maybe... Have we been to Rugor?
Oh yeah, Rugor I think hasn't been to yet. So, I mean, Rugor might be your savior.
Yeah,
Small
I think
chance.
I would... Yeah, it's a small chance, but I think it's worth it. It's the level that you need to use Mute Spellblade, I think it's just 2, right?
Yeah, it's level 2. So, like
So-
almost any... That'd be the ultimate troll if it's level 1 there, but it's definitely,
Yeah, it really would.
definitely worth a peek.
Yeah, I think it's a good check. So here we go. Fleury is at the top of Barrier Tower.
Cracking the knuckles, like a slash,
How
ready
long-
to go.
How long will it take him to reset? And considering... And...
The happy moment.
There we go. Didn't have the stopwatch on that one.
Stopped there. Looked deep into that
Worth-
crazy Rug Mage's eyes and said, nah, I'm out of here.
Can't do it with that arrangement, and I do not see any spell blades, at least in that limited scroll. Access to Magic Sword in Fleury's menu, so I just is essentially undoable right now, right?
Yeah, I mean, just outside of Red 3, what I saw for sale somewhere to get your access to Fire 2. But besides that,
I don't even really know what you do about this. Fleury, of course, is going to make this check next, the Exdeath Castle basement.
I don't
but-
know if you can do Berserk. Like,
Yeah, we don't have access to. I think we might even have the spell, but we don't have.
we have the spell, but we don't have the mean to cast it. Is the problem?
Yeah.
Is Berserk White 3? Is that possible? Is Berserk 4?
I'm not great with my spell levels. I always have to check. Well, some of them anyway. That particular one I don't have.
Oh, we have Mix.
Off the top of my head.
Yeah, we have Mix.
Oh yes, Mix would do it.
Yeah. Normally you would think, this is illegal, you can't do that. However, in this case, Omni can be Berserk normally. Therefore, the Kiss the Blessing.
Right.
Is
It's
the
not
wild
bypassing. Yeah, it's not bypassing an inherent immunity.
Now, that being said, you think, oh, he's a wizard, right? I'll cast Berserk on him, make him swing me with that big stick. I'll laugh really hard as he flails about me with a stick and a rug. Omniscient pulls the rug off, and it's muscle upon muscle upon muscle.
Good slash there from Fleury to take care of Biblos immediately.
Yeah, box one is also safer because it does not haste and also anger. Like, if you want to make it worse for yourself, by all means, because of blessing and give Omniscient all the power in the world ever. But hopefully, you're just gonna get by with a plain old Bacchus wine.
That would be better, preferable.
Alastair finds Huey Call, which we know is going to be Path to the Void for Alastair. So both our races are running out of options, and all paths lead to the void, but all roads lead to Omniscient.
Omniscient is Path to the Void, at least in the sense that we apparently have to beat him.
So it appears Omniscient has the bracelet, so you can distract Omniscient and just take it off his hand real fast and run away. Fleury is doing a think. What do I do? What do I buy? Just sit in the void and meditate. He'll prelude in the background, just gently take you away to a nicer place. A place where magic is available, where you can cast Fire 3.
Oh, what a wondrous place. What a wondrous place it would be. Yeah, we do still have the first library check hanging out.
There's singing. You can sing yourself. You can get levels ultra high, then try and just do something wacky with level 2 spells. Library is an option. At this point, if library gives me adamantite, I go to the flying ruins, trying to find comet, or trying to find some kind of spell where I can use my time magic on.
Honestly, even though, I think that's a great point. If you find a pathway to some more checks, adamantite would be a pretty big deal in that case. Just to see if you can land something that would help you out with this fight.
Again, Fire vaunting and discussing chat again. The benefits of Mix, which is also very, very well deserved. Mix is Mixed abilities tend to avoid the game's barriers, the rules. Mix tends to break them without mercy and without care. Pondering fire rods, you can't quit rods, otherwise I say you can at least double up the power of your fire too, but still can't put them on.
Yeah, just
you can have a mix.
Very specific omni-proofing going on in the seed.
Yeah, now you can mix you can mix elemental power.
Very true.
And shell's important. Can't cast it, but very important. Also, quick you can't do quick and do cheat attacks because even in the quick time stop, Omni will cast reset. So you can't just quick and try and do big hits and quick and go back to real time.
I guess is a love song also an option? It won't always hit, I don't think.
Astounding. Sorry.
Oh no, I missed my astounding. I feel bad now.
Love song I don't think really works well in Omniscient. I don't think it's really a viable factor.
Or Omni can't be stopped, okay.
Yeah. Fleury doing a full-on reset, just trying to... What do? Alright, we got a plan. You can stop. Whips, you're hoping it paralyzes you. You hit it with a whip, and hopefully it paralyzes and doesn't reset the fight.
Yeah, I think I've had stop work before, but it's so brief you often don't even get a window to try to use it.
We're about to find out. Quick! Chicken Knife says no!
Thanks, Chicken Knife.
Yeah, about that quick strat. Very expensive.
Very expensive, indeed. Has some ethers does Flurry, but even one ether I don't know that boosts him up enough to cast another quick.
I don't know. Well, just float, so 10's out the window. Start 10. Oh, one short.
Oh, one short.
I mean, just hit him and reset the fight. Just go back to start.
Yeah, you get a free reset in this fight whenever you want it. All you gotta do is swing.
Alright, Alastair is going to survey the world. What do? Where go? Library time.
Library time.
Wall! Oh no! Oh no, it got worse.
It did get worse.
How can you move my world? Stop time! Turns out Omniscient also has Zalwar though. Yeah, if Library's Bracelet, yeah, Flurry doesn't think about Bracelet for a while, and Alastair cracks the code here against Bracelet, and Flurry spends the next hour bashing his head on Omniscient's face. It's going to be a real terrible race.
I'm gonna call Ifrit's Fire in first library check.
That'd be funny. Who's the boss? Hey, Blue Mage!
Different wizard. Slightly less difficult.
The Apocalypse is interesting. It's Apocalypse is a blue mage, also Maji in some translations. Has a bunch of blue magic spells, and based on what he chooses, it could be a laugher or a real nightmare to fight him.
I got a lot of things that can wipe your party.
Haste 2,
oh, look
Waltz
at that.
Tower Key.
Haste 2, very nice find, but also the Waltz Tower Key. So we have some progression here, another possible check. And Alastair quickly zips to World 1.
Here comes Flurry. Oh no!
Oh no! Magic Sword won!
I wasn't a being, and I'm so sorry.
At the Historic Guild.
I'm such a terrible person.
Oh, talk about twisting the knife. The sea didn't really have to do that. That's just cruelty.
Right. So anyway,
Right.
Flurry heads to Library 1.
Flurry into Library 1. Wow. Pretty good race here. I mean, both players are essentially on equal footing here as soon as Flurry takes out Apocalypse, which is just a couple javelin chucks away.
That's gonna head here. Probably check all these chests just to find something. Give me a mage matcher. Give me a. give me something. Give me a white. I mean, yeah, mute wars really fast too. It's hard to say.
Animals. Gonna save some animals.
Squirrels can kill Dr. Doom, but I don't think they can kill Omniscient. Fire. I'm saying it's a good idea, Fire. I'm saying it's an idea. Good is out the place right now. This is the one race where Leviathan was on top of the tower. It's like, yep, I'm here. Hope you like taking 8,000 damage if I wanted to hit you twice in a row with a big wave. Light staff.
Another light staff that we can't use yet.
Alright, so Xeth is theoretically screwed. However,
we do have some obstacles.
Alastair grabs him by the horns and throws him off the top of the tower.
Ifrit is not incorrect. Ferris is strong.
Shrine page.
Shrine page, so no immediate help, but there are some crystal shards here.
It's confirmed Omniscient required.
Yep.
5 chance to
100%.
salvation. No.
No.
No. No. Nope.
Oh. Dark matter is nice to see because you do have mix, but that's not going to help you against Omniscient.
So before when I said the seed started, I said, hey, we have a lot of items. We have a lot of great abilities. Usually the game makes you fight for your progress. This will be easy for us, right?
Surely.
Well, no. No, I shall be wrong, because omniscient on top of the tower with no magic is a problem.
It's a pretty serious problem. Hopefully Alastair has come up with a solution. He's going to head back there. Has no other choice at this point.
The solution here appears to be either Red Magic 3 purchased and fire tuning forever, or Image and Bacchus Wine and just Ninja Image and just trying to get murdered over and over again.
Yeah, I think that's a great plan. You don't have to worry about having a summoner around to throw Golem, and frankly, Golem doesn't even absorb too many hits, or maybe even just one from Omni, as strong as he is.
Yeah, chat doesn't. A lot of the chat are seeing it for the first time. This is Speed Gaming is hosting us now for the end of the tournament. Very appreciated. It's kind of a well-known fact in the Discord and community that Omniscient and Minotaur, the two bosses on the 4th tower, basically eat Golem for breakfast. Like Xdeath can get a Golem. Xdeath can hit Golem 4 or 5 times for trying to crack through the armor. Omniscient kind of just flicks it out of the way and just throws it away. It's ridiculous how strong Omniscient is in combat.
Yeah, ridiculously powerful. Fleury had cleared Hiryu Valley early in the seed for its loot, but had not defeated Wing Raptor yet, and so he's going to go back up here first. I had actually forgotten that he had not completed this check yet.
Yeah, so Fleury's doing everything possible as an Alastair to not fight Omniscient, but it appears to be the case here.
Yeah, and that's basically the play, right? I mean, you have to in this situation.
Xdeath's got the big mirror watching the top of the tower, just eating popcorn. Just, yep, here we go, boys. We're going for it again. Alastair checking, yep, yes, I did indeed get that chest. Alastair heads back to the top. He's going to ponder, what do I equip? What do I do? What's our plan?
Oh no.
Oof.
I hope that's not the plan.
Oof, no.
So Barrier Tower, the hit points at this check just shy of 20,000.
$450. Ooh, that's better. That's better. So that's 6, 7, 14 about. All right. Anyway, KFC has had the bird goes down. Fleury, take your full moon and weep. Weep, Fleury.
And not just because it's only a full moon.
Main part of the strategy, if it is 11, I'm not sure if I was trying to MP to actually kill with this strategy.
No, and on top of that, Omni's regen is basically cutting these damage rolls down to about 50 on average.
Ooh, first on the 2 chests up top. Nope.
That's a good call, actually. I like that.
Yeah, very clever, but unfortunately, more money and a better full moon. So
yeah. A better full moon is not a strong endorsement of
I give
that
you
particular piece of gear.
The fuller moon. Go to... Oh, yeah, okay.
All right, so, yeah, this is one of the few checks we have left. At Moogle Waterway, we know that there's no key item here because we had a hint about caves being barren earlier in the seed, but there are a couple of chests here that I think Alastair saw earlier.
Yeah, Alastair did it all. I think Alastair actually did the check and maybe extra straight percent it out of it and just didn't care about the reward.
Right. Depending on what the boss is, might be more trouble than it's worth, especially if you know it's not a progression item. But there could still be a piece of loot behind the boss here. Oh, that's right. This was Califasteri.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be anything of note. I'm not sure. In Dragon Warrior, we have the policy of you may DM the race, like the race manager, and beg for a reseed if you think it's terrible. And if both beg for it, they'll give it to you. I don't know if we have that kind of policy for a day. This omniscient here.
I'm not sure if we've built in that particular backdoor. There is a way clear of this, as we've talked about and as Chad has mentioned. You do have Mix at your disposal. If you Berserk Omni and get some image going, then it's going to be a long fight, but you can get through it.
Also, you can
certainly.
You hang in the back row.
Not going to manage though.
You have white 2, so armor's in the play, so you can get armor on and take half damage and half damage again in the back row. Mix is the way out of this, unfortunately. Whether they realize it or not, Mix is definitely the best way to handle this mess. Also, Omni gets angrier. As you get Omni weaker, he casts bigger spells.
Yeah, without Mix or the ingredients that you needed in order to do anything about this, you can always farm turtle shells, but they did both get kills against
Hey, there's Comet.
Timber Seed. Oh, sorry. What was that?
Comet was found in Kelb.
Okay. You got ×6. Comet doesn't do a ton of damage, but that's at least a different option.
Comet's rough because Comet does a set damage, so no matter how strong you are, Comet's range is set in stone.
Yeah. And kind of random inside a fairly big range too.
Yeah, the tying gimmick is that it's non-elemental. There's a cap and a minimum, which is a huge range of damage. Like even Meteor can hit for like 500 up to like 2,800 per hit. It's just totally random nonsense. So we're planning on going to go to World 1 and fight some prototypes and gain some levels.
Yeah.
Go down by Crescent and fight the White Flames. Never go back. Alright. If it's still going strong here. If it's day in the sun has finally come.
Ifrit saying to Omniscient, you are strong.
He just thinks Rama. He's like, Rama, you're getting stronger. No, I wasn't being serious, Rama. Turn it off. Turn it down.
We're okay.
Oh, it'd be awful. Imagine, you get to the very end of the fight, you have bumpers left. Oh, thank God, I killed Omniscient, and just flare. No.
Fortunately, that wall ring on Ferris probably means that Alastair would survive the fight in any event, but we're not anywhere close to chewing through Omni's HP at this spot.
Now, if Fleury's gonna go through, yes. So Fleury is doing full-time mage here. So we're doing Comet. Comet's very cheaper. Comet's only 7 MP, so Comet's a very cheap spell.
Yeah. Yeah, you can cast a lot of comets, and got if you've got elixirs or ethers, got 1 ether there I saw on the menu at minimum. So
I always wonder if I check my classes if Hunter has more MP than Ninja, just to make sure I get
right. Yeah, just whichever job has the most MP, just run them out there in the back row.
My toothpaste tube of Ninja is trying to bring out get the last little bit of MP out of it. Don't get taste 2. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Okay. There goes the reset. Does not want the wall ring on. Yeah, don't want to haste Omni on top of everything else.
Omni just gets me occasionally, It's not always effective, and it wears off very fast. So you have to get a swing or two in and hope that it didn't wear off.
Yeah, he's heavy. Statuses wear off on Omni very quickly. And he's got high magic defense too on account of the shell and just generally high magic evade, so landing the mute spell is actually pretty tough.
Rocks!
Minor space rocks. That's better output than Ifrit, at least.
Those who have a spare tab open, I recommend going on YouTube and finding the Roxanne, but just Rocks song, and playing it now as rocks fall from the sky over and over again. Yeah, the wall room is definitely a safety valve, and I don't think Fleury found haste by itself. Seeing some damage though, we're seeing up to 700 damage. Keep in mind the shell's on, so the damage is being cut in half every single attack. But for 4 less MP per cast, normally the magic song would be really good for upping your damage.
Yeah.
But not for Comet.
Not for Comet, unfortunately, so Fleury actually going to Hero Song here, and I don't think it actually makes a difference, because as you pointed out earlier, Comet's damage is essentially fixed.
Now, it'll make it hard to cast like Charm on you. Like the Hero Song, if you're at a higher level, you can dodge status effects a little better. But yeah, it's not going to help you with the actual damage effect.
Yeah, the Comet will just stay the same.
Alright, so on the right side, Ifrit's flying by and hurling bolts of flame. On the left side, 11 billion tons of flaming space metal. What's our time slot here? We have 3.5 hours for the race, as per speed gaming policy.
I think it's 3.5. Yeah.
Superb.
Good. So I hope everybody's got some snacks. We've actually got a really good race here. Both of these runners were basically crisscrossing each other through the first hour and 10 minutes or so, but have hit one of the more substantive roadblocks in recent memory. An Omniscient at last possible check barrier tower that has to lead one way or another to the bracelet in order to get access to Exdeath's castle. And this is the only spot left.
And in true mocking fashion, we have found all 3 of the level 3 attack spells. We have Bolt, Ice, and Fire 3, found in the first 20 minutes of the race. But we have not accessed anything black magic other than Red 3.
Got Dispel on top of that, which would be very handy for Omniscient.
Yeah, we have all the tools to kill Omniscient very well and good.
All the tools.
Just no garage, no tool shed, no. Like it's all pneumatic. It's like all air powered and pneumatics. We have no pneumatic air pump. We have
no air compressor. It's just they're just all sitting there.
I see Fleury getting a little further. I saw Omniscient cast Fire 2. So Omniscient getting a little angry on Fleury's side. So the damage, Fleury doing basically triple to quintuple damage every cast is starting to catch up really quickly to Alastair's Hellfire Barrage. Which sounds like an awesome D&D spell. But
it actually does.
And unfortunately, Kryle's now silenced. So that could be a problem.
That's not great. One of the bad things about Mute Spell can be a real nuisance in Final Fantasy V because there's no item apart from different. I think there's at least one mix that will remove Mute, but it will wear off after a little while. But there's no item that just takes it away.
Comet also goes to Reflect, so Comet also ideal for the situation. Just have small butts up there just hanging out, just throwing giant rocks. I did a single haste. I don't know why I didn't just keep the wall ring on. Alastair, I think, ran out of MP. Not gonna work.
Yeah. I have to say, I like tiny Comet Caster, I cannot lie.
My all-time favorite is I had a spell propped up with as a frog with Helicarnassus. and just jumped up and cast Flare with the frog just like jump forward and raise their hands to the sky and Flare happens.
Alright, so Alastair has gone back and is going to do some checks. He's eyeing those rods, but unfortunately, two things would be an obstacle to using those. First of all, no class or no job that our runners currently have can use them, and second of all, the rod breaking actually just invokes reset anyway.
Yeah, so our options for this are whip paralysis and hoping for the best, and trying to attack it between whip paralyzing, which is not reliable, especially for all these HP we have here. This boss is so beefy, you need to proc that so many times in a row. But
imagine landing all of your whip paralysis up through about 18,000 hit points of damage, and then missing one.
going to Fort Knox, taking all the coins out of Fort Knox, dumping it into a river, drying the river out, and seeing they're all heads on the bottom.
Pretty much.
Don't call Hyman and Savage about this. I'm gonna bust a myth about this. Ribbit. Yeah, also the fire whip. I don't think I actually have a whip that paralyzed. They have a few flame whips, but flame doesn't proc paralyze. It procs explosions. Love song. And it wore off probably. Haste 2.
Oh no, not Haste 2.
Ring.
And
Haste.
that gets plinked over to Omni, and that's a reset. Because the last thing you want is Hasted Omni on top of everything else.
Oh, okay. Well, actually, here, aging. So you have age on Kara here on Fleury's side, which normally is a horrifying effect because it ruins you for the whole fight. But Comet doesn't care because Comet does set damage.
Wow, so many things going on in this fight.
Yeah, there are a lot of bugs that are currently features right now in this fight. I mean, the small, the frog, the aging, the comet, the reflect. If not for the shell effect, Comet would be the ideal spell for this fight.
Okay, so we got a love song off there. We'll see how much damage javelins do with the innate armor. Omni's only going to take about 1,000 a shot, but that's still way better than Ifrit was doing.
Yeah, so roll the bones here, and as long as Alastair waits and doesn't try and roll the dice too greedily.
Yeah, you really have to attack immediately after that love song. Oh, I'm not sure if that was soon enough. Yep, that's going to trigger a reset. Basically, really it's just going to be the single turn after you land Love Song is going to be the only one where you can really attack Omni here.
It's like the goons in the elevator. Just gotta do the song and get him going, and then just walk away. So here is actually important. There, you can, use hero song, buff up, get beastly, and then just try and come in there with a max damage, or as high as possible damage you can do with a dagger swipe. And we're seeing on Fleury's side, Omni's getting a little more angry.
Yeah, as the non-mix options go here, I think what Alastair's going on right now is actually a pretty good idea.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, so now Omni's in combat mode, and we're seeing 2,000 damage lightning bolts come flying out of him.
Yeah, so the script has changed. All the comets have done their job, and now Omni is letting it rip.
This is where Fleury never regrets not having the wall ring on, because now you'd be assisted. And Omni's, even with the haste on the party, Omni is basically getting one action every 3 of their actions, so. The Omni may have cast haste themselves during the fight. Like, it may have happened during the fight at some point. And Lena's singing, so Lena's going to do, ooh, right in the chops. Well then.
Right, so Alastair has changed up his setup just a little bit. Looks like going back to Hero Song here.
And now, Deep Thoughts by Fleury14. Alright, what's the plan here?
Not sure what the plan is for Flurry, but it looks like Alastair has just switched it up to go Hero Song plus Ifrit.
Yeah, 305. Over time, we'll pay dividends. It just takes a while for the levels to go up and become stronger. And Uncertain is a magic song as well, so maybe they have a hero song to get the levels boosted, then a magic song to boost up your actual magic damage. But don't cast summon. Or actually, don't cast terrain. There we go. It's like right there. Please don't cast it. There's the mute sword. Just like, there I am.
Just sitting there taunting us.
I mean, I have the ninjas at this point. I'm definitely pondering just doing Image Ninja Berserk and just letting it rip.
Yeah, I think that is easily the most reliable and fastest way out of this.
Alright. Holy water and turtle shells. Do we have turtle shells? Is the question.
We do have at least, at minimum, one turtle shell because I think you get
We
one
kill Timmy.
100% of the time when you kill Timmy, yeah.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Timmy coming in clutch in this one. Larry's gonna go check the moat chest in Ball Castle and just get an Aura Hulkin dagger.
Mix was in the ball or Surgate. It was no, it was
It was
Mua.
Yep.
It was in the Kuzar Mua. It was the village of Kuzar that was high in the forest there.
Yes, exactly. So much stuff in those Mua shops.
Yeah, also, you can just kill the turtles and harvest their shells if you want to.
Yeah, if we had not seen Timmy earlier in the sea, there are places you can get turtle shells in World 1. So Alastair having another think about this, changing things up again, going to some time magic it looks like, as well as back to the chicken knife hunter.
All right.
And interestingly, Flurry resets here. I think he has a save up on Barrier Tower.
Yeah, if he ponders different dry, he just goes back and.
So if he realized now, let's see, he's got just equipped white on his ninja, but only has white level 1, I think.
Yeah, now Red 3 was for sale somewhere in the world, and Red 3 would give you mute, but that's still not the great.
Yeah.
Unless it just wants armor. I don't know what's going on here.
I guess we'll find out. Does have access to mute magic. But as I think we mentioned this possibility before, and it's very inconsistent because of Omni's magic evade and shell.
Alastair putting on. Oh, there we go. Hey, still the corner jar. Alright, here comes the big swings. Alastair is made him mad. It's the two worst words you say omniscient. Your mama. And now it's all bets are off. Now we are back road. We are hasted. We are golemed. Oh no.
We're golemed.
Golem's gone.
I think I want to say it's about 4,000 hit points that Golem will tank. So maybe that one didn't entirely take it out, but
Well,
no, it did.
Before that, Golem soaked an 1850 hit in the back row.
Oh, okay. I missed the first one.
So it's just.
Yeah, we weren't kidding when we said Omni was beefy.
Yeah, Golem was in the mountain like, hey guys, take me with you. I want us to go on an adventure. It'll be fun. Cut to like 2 hours later. He's like, no, take me back. Send me home.
I don't want to be here anymore.
This old guy's crazy. Get him off me. So Fleury's just scouring the world trying to find an answer somewhere. There's red 3. If you want mute, there's your red 3.
Okay, it's a little bit. Golem's a little bit lower at this level than I had thought. Try saying it's around 2.5.
Yeah, Golem will soak a hit directly, so much like Leon Kennedy and a piece of dynamite, he won't die in one hit. So you'll get one block out before it says, okay, I'm done. But Golem's very expensive too, so our ninja already ran out of MP once for Golem protection.
Yeah, so we saw Lena throw that elixir on Bart's there. And sometimes you panic a little bit because, for whatever reason, a physical will bypass the Golem animation where it gets blocked, and you'll see the damage pop up in your character instead, like just happened to Kryl there. And you go, oh, wait a minute.
Yep.
And then it actually turned out Golem tanked it after all.
Yeah, however wants to talk about Dark Falls, Dark Force. Yeah, Zio wishes he was omniscient. Zio wishes he had the powers and the rage and rippling 12-pack that omniscient has in that rug.
Oh, we're getting the sheep check.
Oh, the sheep check. What attitude.
What attitude indeed.
Oh,
no.
Man.
Wow.
That's an insult.
Hard to get a bigger zonk than that. Only thing more insulting might have just been Magic Sword 1.
Just a dagger. Oh, do the frog? I don't think do the frog deck. No, I didn't do the frog dance.
No. There we go.
Omni down.
Omni is down.
If I'm Alastair, I'm thinking, oh my god, I'm so far behind. But, you know, we know the reality.
Yeah.
Alastair's going to go up to the sub, calmly walks next to the castle, bracelet in hand, kick down the door. It's just John Wick, they killed my golem. Alright, so we're going to head down to Exit Castle. Now, we found the tablet next to the castle, which technically qualifies for Path of the Void. That being said, other checks can still be important. Yeah, normally I think I'm behind now, but given that was that there with our current setup, let's see, it was like, say it was you or Fiery, or, you know, like, races I know who abuse mix, races who I know are math happy, mix happy. Like, if I thought, didn't think about mix until 5-6 fights in, thought about mix, I'm like, okay, oh, mix, I can use mix stuff. If I was facing, say, you or Dries, who I know constantly love to use mix stuff and blue magic and time stuff, I'm like, no, I'm probably behind now, because I had mix in my back pocket, I didn't use it, and I'm facing, you know, a notable mixologist.
Yeah. That's basically it.
So against you, I feel like I'm behind. Against, you know, Fleury, Alastair, people I don't really think about using mix or, you know, mass strats too often, I'm thinking I got past it. It's terrible. It was bad for them too.
Yeah, Fleury's just kind of going back on the tour of every shop he's seen at this point. It looks like he's going to warp shard. Alastair's getting a little bit hung up by the roulette room here in Exodus Castle. He's got a couple of encounters so far trying to get these chests, and now gets a third.
And they go down a heap. You have the mug G knife, so whoever breaks the walks, I'm gonna challenge you, just gets grabbed and thrown into the hole.
Yeah. Not challenging fights, but, well, there's number 4. And 3 potions.
Worse, just grabs by the throat, reaches his pocket, pulls out the potion, and just drops in the hole. Just next. Doom! That's a good find. In control. Okay, that'd be nice. No, 2 hours ago.
Yes, exactly. But Doom, great to see. Still don't have anything. Still don't have any black magic or access to black mage job to cast it. But handy to have.
Alastair has float armor now, so Alastair is running around and not taking damage. Enduring, that's a good defense. A Thornlet. Hooray.
Great. Always nice to have something that's going to be auto-equipped while you don't notice it.
Stay with
while
me.
You're in the middle of a long dungeon.
Optimize.
Optimize. Which does nothing like what it sounds.
I mean, by pure numbers, yes.
By certain metrics, optimize is optimal. In this game, it mostly just equips stuff you don't want on, and then you don't realize it until you're in your next boss fight.
Alright. Rogue Mage around something. And Odin at the Kirby spot.
There's another spot where Spellblade would come in handy. Magic Sword.
Yeah, I don't think this Odin... He's kind of dodgy. I don't know if generalized shout would work here.
You can try it. I think it's slim chances.
Yeah, the shot has a natively high resist chance. It's hittable. That's for the.
One true edge probably is gonna. Yeah, well, okay, that wasn't terrible, but no way to heal right now. So Alastair is gonna keep throwing shoats out there.
Next attack's probably Reaper Sword. So Odin doesn't usually typically just keep doing true edge over and over again. Fleury
Yeah,
going
so
back
at least...
to. Oh. Fleury's going to be college strats, but Fleury does not have the wall ring again.
Yeah, if you're going to do this, I think wall ring is basically mandatory. You can continue throwing comets for as long as you like. And in fact, Omni will eventually just start doing more damage to himself without wall ring. Oh, there we go. Shoat.
Hey!
Lands on Odin.
Shoot. The one true dragon. Eh.
So that one was not Path to the Void.
I mean,
That's what I'm getting from that check.
yeah, I'm gathering I can just now, put that thief glove on and super mug you. Alrighty. To Sim 10 here, and that didn't happen. Alright, well, Alastair, check the last check. Yes, we will. Rate 4 spot says. Calamos.
Hi, Carl.
See you less than 4 seconds. Love yours, DMCA.
This is okay to see here. I mean, Mug Chicken Knife is going to kill Carl, but it's 30,000 hit point check, so this is going to take a little bit, even with haste 2.
Yeah, the spot here is beefy. So it's just Carl, thankfully, is a very generic boss. Just hits and I think occasionally does paralyze. A good point, Fiery. Yeah, I think we may have brought our timing and luck and ill fortune from Alfgard over to this world.
Yeah, they should have just cast X Zone on us as soon as we arrived and sent us someplace else.
Were you in that 3-hour siege just 2 days ago?
Yeah, so here we are, 154, not even at the X-Death fight yet.
Actually, should go down like a sack of bricks because we have Golem, we
Yeah.
have Haste, and we have lots of damage. So
Yeah, X-Death was the least of our worries, but this Omniscient fight has been ridiculous.
there's no chance for a nasty void. We still haven't seen Minotaur. We still haven't seen Necrophobe, Stalker.
Omni showing off that he knows Comet too, so a Wall Ring wouldn't even done any good against that.
Dancing Dagger. Alright, so it turns out the void was just the basement all along.
The Void is coming from inside the basement.
Actually, no, the comment was... Lena actually commented butts to unsilence him.
Oh, was that a self-comment?
I will assist. Have comments. Alright, so... Fleury never realized we're getting to the point of the fight now where Fleury had the problem last time, where once Omni turns into high gear and says, okay, that's cute, let me cast some actual spells now, and start taking 2,000 damage per hit. I don't think Fleury can really deal with that still.
Yeah, it's still a huge problem. He does have a stack of high potions there, but even that is not, it's not sufficient. Any of the level 3 magic that Omni has is going to be a one-hit KO.
Yeah, we're lacking leads on the tablet beyond X-Death, but we do have the Submarine Key, we do have a Path in the Void that had Submarine involved, and I have a Shrine page, so that's 3 checks there that I can do real quick. We know Boko was out because, you know, Kaiser.
Was Subkey Path to the Void, or did we just have a lead
was-
on the Subkey?
The Forest is Path to the Void, and the Forest gave us the Subkey, if I recall correctly. Something of that nature where...
Or
location.
More Forest actually gave us Hear You Call, I think.
That's your recall, okay. I
And
know
that was-
whichever gave us the Subkey was a Path to the Void check. It wasn't a direct hint, it was Path to the Void,
Okay,
and Subkey popped out. So that opened up like 5 possibilities.
right.
Which could have ended the tower, could end the Omniscient. Omniscient could be the end of that chain. We have no idea. But there we go. Yeah, you can embrace the Subkey with the thing there. That's, you know, the chick there. But again, the numbers say I got 3 checks for 1 at the shrine.
Yes, exactly. Along with loot.
Give me that loot. Alright, so we're trying Omni. No, don't forget! Ah!
You hate to see it.
Ever see a tree move faster? It's terrifying. Yeah,
You really
just,
don't want your trees to move at all.
yeah, I was thinking about, I'm going to try a spell. Okay, we go back to the menu. Kills bards. Let me look at the menu. Now we back on using the item instead. Go kill Sparrows. Every time Lena gets out of the menu, X just swings the sword down and chops someone else down.
Thanks, Optimize. Thumbs up.
Alright.
Omni's into his level 3 spells now.
Omni's beard is standing up on end, is now glowing golden. And the lightning bolts come down from the sky, because now we're doing 3 spells. I do believe I've gotten slow off. Omni last time was doing much faster, whether it be slow cast or Omniscient not getting haste on himself during the fight by luck. Because last time, Fleury was getting mowed down over and over again.
Yeah,
Ow.
speaking of. That said, Alastair's setup is going pretty swimmingly here. He's boosting the Ferris, who's got Mug and the Chicken Knife. Got Javelins for backup damage.
Maybe the song of the hero song in the background, so it's Ferris is slowly getting angry.
Hip hip.
Epe!
Epe!
Alrighty. So Fleury having much better luck this time. Honestly, either slowed or not hasted. Just that alone is enough power to keep things going. But is now able to keep up with the pacing of the big hits coming back. We're down to 7 more Phoenix Downs, so that might be a problem.
On Alastair's side, Xdeath has a little bit under 33,000 hit points.
Here comes the change. Yep, there we go. There's Flare.
Oh, look at it. Fleury is through, but at the same time, Alastair now fully one segment of this chain ahead, taking out Xdeath at roughly the same time, but Fleury has, at the 2-hour mark, has finally acquired his full access to Xdeath's castle.
Alrighty. So now Alastair has a World 3 with no real hints. We know Move Suit's in World 3. Yay. But no real hints for her to go. So
I think we also know Pyramid Page is in World 3.
Yes. So will Alastair play the math and go for the shrine, or will Alastair start doing checks at random that are fast, quote unquote, and try and get answers quickly?
Yeah, Shrine feels like a really good play to me right now.
We have answers. We have Shote, in case you want to dig that chest and keep finding until you find Pantera. We have ways to get those monster chests done really quickly.
Yeah, the trap chests have a variety of different enemies in Shrine. The one you really don't want to see is invisible, but you can always reset out of any of those to try to get a different encounter, much like you could in Barrier Tower.
Alright, similar to our World 1 problem where you're fighting all of our easy bosses, we find the first door boss here is the Commander.
Oh, and three doggos there too.
Doggies. Oh, come back, doggy.
They get saved today.
After Alastair has fought on mission this, we've seen too much death today. We will let this pass. Alrighty. Fleury is in the castle, saving. Probably going outside to scream loudly at this nice guy right now. As Alastair heads to the castle and finds the pipe maze here in the shrine. Ooh, I dropped Myth of Spear, Myth of Love. Big spender here in the shrine.
Yeah, not exactly the brand of equipment and abilities that you would expect to find here.
Turtle. What a good dog. I was doing a full clear here. Alastair wants all the treasure.
There has to be something good here eventually, right?
Meat Castle! 18,000 gil, which would be nice if you actually got Mirage access. Yes, the best town in the game, the best gear in the highest tier shops, Mirage, is locked behind the Mirage radar. So the town cannot be accessed until you find the item. Alrighty, we are now engaging Lost Chest 1.
It's Alastair diversifying a little bit, equipped slash there on at least one of his characters, I think.
Fleury showing a mastery of the slot machine here and getting past this room with no problems.
Go invisible.
Invisible.
So Alastair just gonna try to get out of this, or at least he was.
Ran for a second and decided, no, never mind, I'm just gonna murder you. Invisible's annoying and takes a while, but not really dangerous per se.
Yeah, it's a bit of a slog compared to the other options, yes. Welcome in, Speed Gaming.
Gaming 1, welcome to the party. You just missed the epic omniscient battle, 1 hour of struggle against man versus rogue.
Yeah, we've had a very close race here in this seed. Welcome in, everybody. It's Fleury14 against Alastair0579 here in the winner's bracket. The winner of this one moves on to the winner's bracket final to get a shot at just the 2 matches that they would need. Only 1 more match to get there. This is Final Fantasy V Career Day. I'm Archfield Monk, and I'm with the Seawolf 1.
Yeah, don't mind us, we're just watching the carnage.
Yeah, pretty much. We kind of stay out of the way. Let the racers do their thing.
Alright, so Flurry's going to check out the spot here, find Odin. We'll see if Flurry has the damage output to take care of Odin, or we'll have cash out, perhaps. Or we'll ponder. Oh yeah, we just keep stealing robes. So we're having the same problem now with the other boss where we just keep... Oh, new form, huh? Steal. New form, steal. French page.
Fringe page. That's actually really nice to see. Obviously, just a 4th tablet would be pretty cool too. But the Trench at least has 3 hints available, as well as another couple shops.
Yeah, Trench has 2 high-powered shops, 3 hints, and 2 more another boss check. So yeah.
Yeah, so Trench is usually a good option if you don't quite know where to go next, and if Shrine proves otherwise fruitless, then that's probably a good play to make next.
Yeah, that's the numbers play. So again, if you're looking for most checks in the smallest amount of time, there's Trench. If you haven't, just fine. Yeah, you just kill this boss and get a 4 tablet, and say, screw it, and just go to the void. Who cares? Uh oh, X fight. Moogle suit.
Oh, there's our hinted Moogle suit. We knew it was in World 3, and we just found it in that box.
Aegis Shield, very good find.
Very good find if we ever get
find a shield class.
job that can equip it.
Just saying. The void tends to drop samurai. Oh, okay, not all the time anymore. Used to drop it all the time. Now it's a little more random.
Yeah, we've been stuck on these 3 jobs for a while. We've had Ninja and Hunter since very early in the seed. Started with the Geomancer. That has gone into obsolescence, has been deprecated. We're mostly Hunter and Ninja here.
Other options were to find Bard and Chemistry Saw, but we have Mix and we have Sing. So the classes that do the jobs aren't really strong themselves. The jobs and the abilities are incredible, but the classes themselves are kind of subpar.
Yeah, exactly. So finding those abilities is often nicer than having to learn them through their jobs or having to use the jobs in order to have access to them. So they've got some pretty powerful jobs at their disposal, just not ones that can use much in the way of heavy equipment or even a variety of equipment. Just a lot of knives and whatever else. Oh, there's Blue. Blue. And we had Big Guard from Kuza Castle, so...
Alastair will probably go back and cash that in when you get a chance.
In addition to all kinds of other lovely blue stuff.
Yeah, shenanigans are fantastic with blue. You have all the level spells, you have the weird effects, Dark Shock, White Wind, if you find White Wind, pick the best healing in the game. Big Guard, X Magic, if you ever, well, this party has no magic, so. X Fight with Flurry as well. Kirby!
Right. Carbuncle is here. Carbuncle is not a big deal. Just need to survive until he lowers his barrier. There's a couple of different possible cues for that.
There's Big Guard.
But we do have the Big Guard up, and we have Summon. So you see what Alastair is doing right here is he's got his cursor on Carbuncle. And when you see the cursor fall off of Carbuncle, that means Carbuncle has switched phases, and you're free to use your insta-kill on him. Cursor falls off, he goes right to Shoat. And that'll turn Carbuncle to stone.
Rest in peace, Kirby. Speaking 3 is here. 79 more viewers. Behold.
Astounding.
The Gold Shield. Lovely. That's actually not good at all. But
No.
we have a trench page. Just the taunting of Fork. Could you imagine after all this nonsense, Fork's still required?
Oh, goodness. Yeah, so Alastair is going to head back to World 2 first. We do have that Moogle suit, so he's going to get some free loot check here with what is often some pretty good stuff. Fleury has reset out of Carl, wants to change things up a bit. Oh, actually, he had to run through the damage tiles and maybe wasn't fully healed up, so he's going to tent first.
It was just great. It used to be much more powerful. Items here were much higher tier. Still, you usually find one good thing here. Does Magic Lamp, very good. Free summons for all. Meteo.
Oh, Meteo. Where were you about 45 minutes ago?
Meteo basically ensures that most bosses now die in 3 rounds of combat. So that's out.
Yeah. Time 6 was in Kuza Castle, so any of the characters could equip that and have Meteo access. That's just a lot of damage output. At the cost of having to wait for all the space rocks to fall, but, you know, there's a price to be paid for immense power.
Yeah, can't be reflected, non-mental, take 8,000 damage. I brought some water. Yay. As we're heading back there, I guess we're going to the trench now because we have Meteo and nowhere else to go. Oh, maybe not. Let's save first. Oh no. Time.
So the trench is just kind of, there's no, yeah, oh, that was a good spot. He just
That's actually, yeah, really impressive.
East. That was, I've never seen anyone navigate to trench that way before, but there's that little, kind of the way that landmass sticks out. That's a good landmark to catch, and you just land, if you land right there, you just head straight east. Very cool.
The abductor.
So Kryle's going X-Fight chicken knife with a backup weapon now and doing a big pile of damage in one go. But Abductor, of course, weak to a lot of things, so here comes Shote.
Yeah, the backup is kind of things like the Orcalon they found before in the back of Balcastle. Like, there's really no...
Yeah. It's one of the few weapons that has that kind of green tint to it when you use it. Possibly the only one, actually.
A lot of wind weapons have, like, the wind spear, I think goes green.
Ah, right.
Has to be a tell of wind. Alright, Fleury kills the last boss there for Greg 4 spot. Carby goes down, and we're going to head over to Carl. Just Carl. And exit that time. Thundergoat, Alastair's about 10 minutes ahead. Both races got walled really hard on a nasty omniscient on top of the barrier tower. Just the nature of the seeds and the powers they had, that fight was a real problem. So Alastair got done about 10 minutes faster, and Fleury followed behind to the castle. So Fleury is about 10 minutes behind, I'd say, in 2 checks. Like mathematical about it. I'd say 2 full area checks behind Alastair right now. Mimic.
Yeah. That makes sense, and I would say even that's probably likely to hold for a little while because the approach that Alastair has taken here is probably very similar to what Fleury will do. But we saw Pyramid has...
Steamship Key.
Steamship Key.
Mars Radar is in, I guess, in Lanka. I guess in the Flying Lanka ruins.
Okay, well we know that's not required.
Hey,
oh,
Black Mage.
That. Black Mage.
I'm sorry, you want magic? My apologies. Here you go. Hey, he wants magic. Hey, he wants magic sword. Oh. Oh, this dwarf. I'm going to grab my beard and drag him out into the abyss.
That is some pretty good stuff. So this has been a good check for Alastair. Still not much in the way of leads. We know a little bit more about what we're dealing with here.
It's my mockery aside. Having that magic sword and black magic for the void can be very important. So good to have that now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Fleury again doing X-Fight strats. Fleury got X-Fight a little faster somehow. Maybe had more ninjas or hunters on for longer periods of time.
Yeah, that seems likely. And X-Death goes down really quickly.
It's a little change of pace. This game's a little more variety. We're seeing again here the real change here is that you get to buy abilities, but rather than having things in play, like you know how you can beat the game, how you can beat certain bosses. Well, you have the means. We have to be creative, we have to be tricky with that stuff. And so the racers both had different means. Alastair tried brute force summoning, then went to berserk mode and made omniscient fight hand to hand. And Fleury just did modifications. So either was fast and stealth, had haste, slowed down omniscient, make it slower attacks, and just grind through it with a set damage spell of Comet. Both are viable options, and both paid out in the end.
Yeah, that's the thing about this randomizer. There's lots of different approaches to different things.
Minotaur.
Oh, this
What
party
an
might
awful
yeah.
spot for Minotaur.
This is not. I think just Alastair's current setup probably cannot handle Minnow here, so it's going to reset. We don't have an assassin dagger. That's the instant kill for this boss, but obviously, yeah, we do have image, and that's the main thing. So he just needs to reset and go back to setup here, and this should actually be a pretty easy fight, as long as you keep your images up. Minnow will only do physical attacks until his death, which is one cast of Holy, but that's survivable. As long as you have more than one party member up, and you can't use any magic during the fight. You can only use physical attacks, so it required a full switch up of strategies there for Alastair to get a handle on this one.
Yeah, so I wanted to use magic. Finally got Black Mage, finally got access to Black 5 and the big spells, I wanted to let it rip. And Minotaur just says no magic allowed. Be a back row, and you can't use you think, oh, this golem keep safe. You can't use golem because it's just can't use magic. Magic lamp will work. If you want to go through 4 casts of magic lamp to get the golem. Fleury14 Sergeant.
Alright, Minotauros take 2.
And the cross animation to be punched just appeared and took 780 damage with no warning. So the hunters are just hunting. They don't care, and the ninjas are going to, try and defend themselves. Yeah, as they're going to throw big weapons and try and do damage faster. Just get it over with. Also the Ragnarok, I think thought twice about that. Minotaur's also pretty quick. I think Minotaur might counterattack. I think Minotaur does tend to hit back when you hit him first. Or maybe it's just that fast where Minotaur's always basically on the swing.
Yeah, at minimum Minotauros got an opening attack here, which tells me his speed is pretty high.
Yeah, so the ninja's around. You think the ninja, you'd get the first string, but not this time.
Yeah.
So we're going to the Shrine Castle as well. We're going to find these chests here. Unless out there keeps their image up. I almost like now I wouldn't even be attacking. I'd be if I go down to 1 image, I think I cover my image. I don't even let it get down to 0.
Just always have the image up. Yeah.
Because we can smell weakness.
Interestingly enough, I think both Bartz and Kryl have a guard ring equipped. So they've got that passive regen going on. It's actually been a little bit helpful here.
Yeah, another. Yeah, that was a very fast Minotaur. I just went twice there and took Bart's image down to nothing from full.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to cast haste and be faster. You need a massive moon to do that for yourself. There's a lot of things in Like a lot of things you think, oh, it's easy. I'll just do golem. I'll just do shell. I'll just do armor. I'll just do haste. You can't. Minotaur turns all that off.
Yeah, it just thwarts a lot of the usual strategies that you would use against this type of a boss that just uses physical attacks and doesn't have any weaknesses otherwise.
And also, the boss will hold at the end. You can't have one survivor because they'll go down in a heap of flames.
Yeah, Minotauros will cast Holy once you take out all of his HP. Well, usually. Some weird things happen in a couple of cases. If you throw an Assassin Dagger at him, it'll just take him out. He will still death counter. Does he still death counter in that case?
No, it delays. You throw it like damage, it's like, ow.
I'm gone.
It just falls over.
And then some weird stuff happens if you ever have Reflect up, and he does his Holy Death cast because he absorbs Holy, so he can actually heal himself back to life again.
Alastair is getting no crit. Oh boy.
Oh no. Yeah, keeping your party up for this fight as fast as Minotauros is pretty critical, and you just have to make sure you have image active all the time.
Keep in mind, that was a ninja, so that was a 3-round versus a ninja, which is basically the fastest cast in the game.
Exactly.
So, like, I'm fast, I'm a ninja. Minotaur just already behind you. Nope. Where's the beef? Right here. E5, welcome to the party. FF5 career day. It drives on the sure. I guess if you have a Minotaur in like the first, if you have thrown, like you find Minotaur in like Wall's Tower and just like wing it with a dagger, it may still try and hit you with the holy.
Yeah, it has to do. Yeah, if the damage, I think it checks to see if the damage kills him first, and then it's whatever weird thing happens with the Assassin Dagger that they programmed in.
Fleury finds Move Suit and the trench page we had before, so Fleury is now aware of the possible pathing. Oh, air knife. Okay, so I bet you money that the second swing was actually an air knife.
Oh, yeah, I'll bet that's what it was. Yeah, I hadn't seen that anybody grabbed an air knife, but I did miss that chest when Alastair was in Shrine earlier.
It's that minty green. You have to guess it's wind. Blue. Alright, so seeing here now. Did Alastair put on more images or just still playing the same game? Nope. Hunters are hunting and hoping for the best, apparently. And their best is not enough because Minotaur is not having it.
Or he's assessing the blue magic available to him now that he's picked up blue in Shrine. Gonna do his boss check here. And maybe is starting to pick up a little bit of time here, just in the amount of time it's taken Alastair to handle Minotauros here.
You'll see if Fleury gets to the bottom of the trench, goes to the trench first off, and investigates trench and takes down Minotaur in one try, or sees Minotaur says crap, resets and gets back right into a image fight and takes faster. That's how you get time back. So Alastair might still be ahead at the end of this, but maybe rather than being 2 checks ahead, now half a check ahead.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see exactly how this goes. Fleury's actually doing a lot of damage here to Carbuncle. I'm not sure if he has an instant kill equipped anywhere. He does have some equipped, but he's still, he's still throwing a lot of damage here. Maybe just trying to get Carbuncle down before Carby even gets to the weak phase.
The better be quick about it is Carby gets weak enough. Carby changes phase first off and goes back to the top of the count, and then starts casting nastier spells.
Yeah, you have to be careful with his script in this situation because he'll actually get angrier and start doing things like X Zone.
Yep, you mad. We're back again. Minotaurus versus Ninja and Hunter.
I think this turn might actually do it for Fleury, though. This check is not super beefy.
Rip.
Yeah, it's 20,000 hit points. So that X fight chicken knife is doing about 6,000 a turn.
Yeah, that's very good stuff. All right, Fleury now decides where do I go next. Do I go down to the trench with the most checks? Do I think I'm behind and say crap I'm behind? Or just check something randomly strange and hopefully that answers my question.
Yeah, there are a couple of free World 3 checks.
We'll move to
Tool
first,
Pass, World 3 Belt Castle.
Well, Tool Pass we know is dead in the water with the.
Oh, that's right. Tool Pass is cave, so it's not.
Now I know we love the Chocobo. Boko's a friend of all of us, but.
Yep, completely forgot about that. In my defense, that was a while ago now.
Yeah, it was 2 hours ago.
In my not defense, I have it written down, so I could just read that.
You didn't tell us that part. You could just let.
Yeah. I could have, but I feel like being forthright. I just didn't check my notes.
Alrighty, Fleury finds the goods here. Meteor! Mega Flare! Alastair says enough's enough. I'm pulling out the magic lamp. I think Alastair wants to get to. Oh, there's Holy.
Alright, so Minnow is down.
And so is Kara.
And Fleury is indeed going to go to Trench. So I suspected this would be the play.
Pyramid Page.
And we've got Pyramid Page now on this particular chain. We knew Pyramid Page was in World 3. Now we found it. Any good loot there.
Hints. Yeah, afraid not. So we had the first 3 were pretty much gimmies. And then the 4th one is at large. We now have Pyramid Page, which has multiple checks, and we know one of those checks is the steamship key. This could be a legendary chain all the way back to Karnak Castle, for all we know. We do know the caves are barren, so it can't be the. Actually, is Odin Spot cave or is Odin Spot castle?
Odin Spot, I believe, is cave. But I think there's always a lot of talk about that, and I never remember exactly where that lands. I could check my notes somewhere. But I don't know where that note is at the moment. I think it is a cave.
It's a cave
yeah,
now.
Fiery is saying it's a cave now.
Hey now, you're a cave now.
No items there.
Go away. Man,
that was pretty good for winging it, I think.
I got a 7. Alright, so Fleury now heading the trench as well. So same pathing we're seeing. So Fleury now a full check behind Alastair. Alright, Pyramid, door number 3. What do we got? Atmos.
Alright, so Atmos' deal is he's going to throw a lot of space rocks until somebody dies. In this case, Kryl takes 2 of them, and so does Lena. And then Atmos is going to slowly drag the dead characters toward his terrible void portal, or whatever it is. But until that happens, he's not going to do anything else. He's just going to sit there.
Might cast slow.
Well, okay, he might do that.
Might cast quarter.
In the meantime, Bart is chucking X Magic Bolt 3s and Ferris throwing her own space rocks. And some arrow shots too, because that's a little faster, and Atmos only had 10,000 HP, and Alastair was paying attention to how much damage he'd done.
Yes, it's tempting to just throw rocks at everything, but if you're in a race and you think you spent an hour fighting on a mission, you probably want to be as fast as you can.
Yeah, exactly. And Meteo is one of the slower spells, so if you can avoid using it, if you're paying attention, if you're like counting, I think it's always a good idea, because then you know when you could just use something lesser that's a much faster animation to finish off a boss.
Right, Fleury heading down. Fleury never found a float, huh? Fleury's taking a lot of damage from floors. So I get the bad news about all the magic and all the abilities that would have saved their bacon 20 minutes ago. Magic Sword, Black 5, Fight 4. Alistair, going to check these things here. So Alistair knows that there's lots of checks in the pyramid for treasure. Treasure here is really potent. Summon 5, so Bahamut's in play now.
Yeah, on cue, Summon 5 shows up.
So there's hearsay speak about pyramid being turned down a little bit. Much like last tournament, our Moogle Village was kind of win the game. Find Moogle Suit, win the game. Pyramids has basically been like, oh yeah, you need Gilthos? Yeah, have a Gilthos. You need want some mix? Here you go, have a mix. Right here we have our mix already.
Yeah, lots of good stuff already. Honestly, our parties are pretty powerful. There's a redundant summon 4.
Yeah, Shrine Page came from the Walls Tower, which now led to the trench, which led to the pyramid.
Magic Sword 6. Not a bad find. Here's our first monster in a box check.
The monster! Alright, so we have 8,000 damage here to the Archaeosaur.
Just about there on one X fight. And here again, that's also a pretty good call by Alastair there. He didn't have to use the X magic, so I cast 2 spells when 1 will do.
Ifrit's Fire.
Ifrit's Fire, very interesting.
That's not the biggest stop. It's just like, huh.
Yeah, so you think about that a little bit. We've already seen the front library check because of that disaster Omni fight. Our racers were determined to do absolutely everything they could before having to take on that barrier tower. But that does open up the back of the library now.
Yeah, Steamship to Karnak is a much better check. You get much more bang for your buck there. Once you find the key here, it's here somewhere.
Yeah, 2 boss checks plus the monsters in boxes and burning Karnak. So lots of checks available at Steamship.
Little Baja Blast action. Fleury's Minotaur. See 2 black mages.
Yeah, I've come
Probably-
to a knife fight with a wand.
Yeah, ain't gonna work out. Well, party magicians. All my name's days rolled together.
All right, we've got another monster in a box check here for Alastair. Fleury's going to take a reset and rearrange his party for Minotauros. These statues, Bolt hits them pretty hard, so an X Magic group cast takes them out. And that's
Suit.
just a strength suit.
Yeah, so we have
It's
Ifrit's
popping
Fire.
up a lot.
And we know the boss here has to have the siege gate at this point. We've seen all the chests there, monster chests. So we're slowly approaching the end as we're running out of things that are viable for checks. Running shoes.
Very nice find. Running shoes gives you haste. It's going to give them to Ferris, who's the time mage. Let you get haste 2 up immediately in the fight.
Yeah. Round 0. Fight. What? Rocks fall, everyone dies. Samurai.
Whoa.
Freelancer. Holy.
Whoa! Really good finds there. Samurai and Freelancer back to back in the pyramid.
X that just felt in the void. It sounded like someone just stabbed in the heart. Great bleed.
I have a feeling he's going to get the in-person version of getting stabbed in the heart pretty soon.
Yes. But at 5 hearts, that should work, right? Right?
Mm,
It's like, well, come on, I have 5 of these things. Come on. Joe, the third chest was actually a strength suit. I was mentioning
Yes.
that now we know the boss has to have the teamship key based on hints and well, lack of bosses remaining.
Yeah, we've done all the trap chests, now just the boss remains.
Good job fighting well for Fleury. Again, we're doing images and just maintaining our safety. So that poor schmuck in the front. Sorry, Kara.
Sorry, Kara, we tried.
It's Siren, who actually can be, I think, killed with Doom right now.
A pretty big variety of things. Yeah, you can go Doom. Just gonna pass Kryl and then go straight to Shota, looks like. First available, Insta-Killer. We'll take out Siren.
Byron. Hey, Steamship Key. The steamship links right into Karnak Castle. So you do the check of steamship key, get thrown right into the castle on fire, and then the castle has 3 trap chests and the boss there as well. So that's basically 5 checks for 1. Uh-oh. We freelancing.
We are freelancing. This seems like a pretty good call. A lot of the things that you might learn anyway have already been learned, so gonna run a samurai here for Ferris. Well, no, never mind. Going to freelancer. I guess I was right in the first place.
Animals.
Aw, no animals?
No animals.
I'm disappointed.
So we have to have samurai on for a bit because we want to learn guild toss. So we need to have samurai learn guild toss. And then also, if you just master it, samurai's pretty fast too. Samurai has 3 levels as well. It's pretty fast mastery. You put it right in the void, and maybe have the void get mastered, and you just have your, you're now dual wielding, ultra powerful, high HP, auto evading freelancer.
Yes, extraordinarily potent combination. Oh no, did we get the holy heal on Fleury's minnow fight?
I heard the sound.
Oh, I missed it. I even mentioned it earlier when Alastair was in the fight, and I
well,
looked away for a moment.
I was just like, I guess I'll do the thing
Oh no,
again.
it happened again. Never mind, I guess I didn't miss it. And it gets kind of weird here. I don't exactly know how this works.
Holy, magic of strength. See his power.
Oh no.
3 for. Yikes.
This is very
way.
ridiculous. Holy, the magic of strength. See its power.
Finally.
Minotaurus is like, thanks, just let me out of here. Please, I'm done saying this line.
Say the words. Say the line. Holy power strength. See his power. Yay! Ooh, a good X fight by Lena actually kills the whole Guardian fight. So Lena goes 4
Wow. That's a pretty good X fight. That was a stark contrast to getting 3 holies bounced.
Alright. Fleury runs to. Where's Fleury running to? Fleury wants to go to Magic Shop. Fleury wants more Phoenix Downs, because Fleury has blown through 20 Phoenix Downs this seed.
Yeah, he's used a lot, and he picked up a stack of 20, so he expects to use some more before this is all said and done.
Okie dokie. So, Alastair in the Karnak Castle. Again, Karnak, 3 set chests, right by the exit. 4 chests, my apologies. There's the 2 by the exit, and there's the one on the left side. Yeah, that's all there is, right? Just 3?
Yeah, just the 3.
And we're full rating, and you think now you're kind of end game ready to go while you're raiding these chests. If Gil tosses your strategy to win the game now, then you need Gil, so you need stuff to sell. And Necro could be somewhere nasty. Like, we haven't seen Necro. A lot of the guinea bosses are gone. We've killed most of the soft bosses, non-heavies,
Yeah.
doom spells. They've all died in World 1 and World 3 now. So the Void is shaping to be possibly a problem.
Yeah, I'm just taking a look now at some of the bosses we've got left. I've been trying to keep track as much as possible. I'm seeing Bahamut still out there. I'm seeing... let's see, who else is tricky? I guess Hallie's still out there, Necro's still out there.
Triplets are there, but we have Sing and Requiem. That's not
Triplets are there. Yeah, we have things to deal with triplets. We have wall rings and float, so catastrophe is not a big deal.
Float Titan's
so
not
there's,
a problem.
Yeah, there's really not a whole lot out there that I would be too worried about. Bahamut and Necro are the two big ones.
Big bridge key. And other boss chests we have? Forged. Okay, so big bridge now possibly a way out of here.
Still have this... Oh, here's a boss.
Getting dumpstered. Spontaneous will die to a flurry of slashes and full moons.
Yes, 1x fight will take care of this.
Flurry kills door boss and everyone's alive. Flurry actually killed door boss so fast, didn't get the chance to kill anybody. Sandworm bait. Okay, we got
Sandworm
two
bait.
checks.
Now we've got choices, but at least they're relatively brief choices. Sandworm bait's a very quick check, and
When the checks stop flowing in.
Alastair is going to check the shop. There's a shop that becomes available only after you complete Karnak Castle, and it has Toad and Arrow.
Yes, as Chaz mentioned, Fiery's mentioned that we are now. I found all the items outside the tablet. The Mirage Radar was the last thing in the other chest too, so we have found everything. And there's still a chance that it could be a one-off. Yeah, Sunken Walls is the one-off. That might just be a spoiler. This whole chain could have been from Moot. You never know.
Yeah, impossible to tell at this point.
If we were to raid the full pyramid again, so machine's now summon 5.
Although, with Alastair having the Mirage Radar, that's access to a couple of different hints, right?
Bahamut now available, and more hints, yes. And if it's fire. So we have if it's fire, we have Sandworm Bait, we have Big Bridge Key, and we have Bahamut Spot. So it behooves Flurry to, if Flurry doesn't know they're behind, of course. Flurry doesn't know my Alastair's position, of course. But if Flurry wants to gamble on a spot and try and be sneaky about it, they can only gamble until you get to Karnak done. Because 3 of those checks were in Karnak, so you don't have your variety until you get past this whole chain here.
Yeah, exactly. But once you get to that point, then it's time to start thinking about it. I think we're now, 2 hours and 43 minutes into the seed. And you start to think about what kind of gambles you can make late that you think your opponent might not make.
Stalker! Okay.
Well, if Stalker's going to be here, this is a good place.
A lot worse.
It would be much, much worse. A Void check as opposed to Back Library, which is 3,600 hit points.
Yeah, I think I go to my race time GG and F5, refresh the page, make sure I didn't lock the page up by accident, and miss my opponent finishing an hour ago.
Yeah, are we sure they're not done yet? That's kind of what you would be thinking in this situation. But both runners know what they were up against, and I don't know. It'll be interesting to ask them if they're going to do an interview afterward, what they were kind of thinking after that whole omniscient experience.
Artemis's bow. So the library's a wonk. And Alastair checking their levels, thinking they can go upstairs for level 5 Doom. Can't quite do it. They're all 34. So level 5 Doom not in the menu.
Yeah, that top library book is a good place to learn some blue magic, but really the only one that would be of real consequence at the moment is level 5 Doom, and nobody's a multiple of 5, so it wouldn't land.
Yep. Adamantite found for Fleury, which we know is going to be a moot check. Baja Blast. Almost Lily Mirror, even ambush, so it's a full reversal. Just Baja Blast down statues.
Back attack does not mean much to the Mega Dragon. Although I guess in Final Fantasy V he's not actually a dragon.
He's not. All over the praise shout. The one true dragon.
Well, Slumber Sword at Sandworm, so that's also a bust. So possibly Big Bridge next, or it looks like we're going to World 3 for Alastair.
Yeah, the fiery is Queen Bahamut is never ever a dragon, which is hilarious. So Bahamut has a Nicol Bola syndrome. Why be a dragon? We could be a god. You guys reflect my only weakness.
Why haven't I figured this one out yet?
Every time. I guess I take 50,000 damage. I guess I die. Alright. Well, I'll see you next game. Gets blown out of the water. You're just thrown to the void of video game like nowhere. Every time Dracula, I show up, I breathe fire, I die. What happens, Dracula? Why does it keep happening to me?
Alright, so the first hint there in Mirage was moot, but we also got mountains or barren, so Alastair does not have to go through with the North Mountain check here.
Okay, that's good.
So, looking at Big Bridge being a possibility, also Sunken Waltz, right?
That's essentially about it now. I think we're down to the real nitty gritty.
Yeah.
Also, Lower Mirage, you're going to sell your stuff. So no matter what you find here, don't find here, you're going to try and sell all your gear to get the Guild Toss fired up down the void.
Yes, everything must go. This is a fire sale at this stage of the game.
The Dark Shock. Get a White Wind. Doesn't buy it. Doesn't want Dark Shock or White Wind. No math allowed. No math allowed. Before you get the last few chests in the pyramid. Mage Masters. Wonderful.
Didn't need those at any point in the seed.
Nah. Wizard Rods.
Wizard Rods, very nice. Boost most of your Black Mage, well, all of your Black Mage elements and some other not Black Mage elements.
Big Bridge time. Alastair, if you check ahead, again, Fleury will probably do the same sequence. Fleury may try and change it a bit just to try and sneak a win and get ahead, but after this, we know that basically Sea Ship into Karnak is probably your best play. Your only play is you have to go to Karnak and the other 3 checks, and then you can try and gamble, but Alastair's now 3 or 4 checks straight ahead. Gilgamesh. Actually, correct. Greg is in the right location.
Good job, Greg.
I was wrong.
Well, not really. We didn't believe him, did we?
Splat! Bruh.
No, we didn't believe him.
He just rambles to himself, tastes of the sky, just lands on you, just lays there.
That
Yoichibo.
is a Yoichibo.
That means underwater waltz.
Time to go under the sea. That's where I want to be.
Stupid lobster's right the whole time. Are you ready for underwater necrophobia? Yeah, I mean, you think about it, like that's the most oddball check, and that's the one that would you'd fade the longest in most cases. If I thought I was losing, I would definitely go there earlier. If I thought I was behind for sure, like I had some bonehead play where I totally missed a chest that made a boss easy, and I was like, yeah, I lost 10 minutes because I didn't find Black 5 or didn't find Mute Sword somewhere until after the fact, then I'd probably go for a gamble check. I'd go for Walls Tower for Bahamut spot first.
Yeah, or if you didn't have any of these checks that you think people might save until last. Sunken Waltz is definitely among those. In other seeds, Fork Tower or something like that might be a play that you would make in this situation, just because of the way things have worked out in the seed to this point. But this is, this is reasonable. You don't want to go to these checks until later unless you have to.
Today's boss is Mergine.
Mergine.
Annoying, not like dangerous, really.
No, not especially dangerous. Fairly annoying. Plenty of damage output from Alastair here, so should not be an issue.
And Mergine always starts weak to fire, so these black mages doing that just rip to shreds, just do tons of damage.
Yeah. Bart's, I think, has a Wizard Rod and Fire 3 and X magic, so that's going to be some massive damage output. Never mind the X-Fight chicken knife.
I was playing safe. This spot is very powerful. If you ever got go mad, you would understand your precautions.
And with haste, I'm not even convinced that Meru will get a turn in here before it's all said and done. That's 14,000 a turn from Bart's.
That's turn.
Nope, never mind. I was
That's
wrong.
kill. This spot is very powerful. It's a weird spot. It's high HP. You're meant to just see go here and stand there and do nothing. It's meant to be an unkillable spot, and meant to just punish you terribly for attacking. So it's got very high strength, very high magic, and just a bolo of HP.
Yeah, this is almost 48,000 hit points, but Alastair tore through that pretty quickly and gets the second tablet.
We did it! We found the tablets! What a
So
hero!
Alastair, after this seed, both of our runners are heroes. 253 into this one, all 4 tablets finally acquired for Alastair.
Alastair goes to the castle, says, give me a drink, now! Good. Leaving.
Quick refreshment break, and then off to the void.
Very careful not to go to the void by accident, which happens to everybody. Just go down, go right, go, crap.
The worst is when you're like, I'm going to World 3, I want to go to Trench, and then it's like right there. You just every
Looked
single
at
time.
the tracker, like, I got marked down real fast. And all I hear is, it's like, ah, man.
I can't believe I did that again. But this time Alastair meant to go in. And he's on his way.
Into the rift. So we'll Alastair look for treasure, because Alastair is basically set to kill everything. Yep, we want loot.
Yeah, he's going to take a peek at least. White 5, a Phoenix down. Odin.
Odin's gonna find.
Very, very nice. And
Flare.
Flare. Looking at the list, there's still a few Odinable bosses out there, I think.
Yeah, Trippets in the mine, they're out there still somewhere.
Yep. But really, there's not many bosses that you'd be especially concerned about. Bahamut was the one. Bahamut and Necro, I think, are the two big ones at this point, and everything else is kind of trivial. Ramu can be difficult at some of those checks, so Odin's nice to have if you run into him.
They got Doom, though. They got Doom, they got Odin, they got X-Zone.
Yeah, they have plenty
Slash.
of tools to deal with Ramu. So
now it's Fleury's turn to decide, where do I gamble? If Fleury goes to Fleury basically needs to go to the Walls Tower immediately, and Alistair to have some major meltdown failure of some kind to fall behind now.
Leviathan, to respond to Fiery in chat, Leviathan was at Wind Shrine this seed, so we will
Leviathan
be seeing him in the
Leviathan's done damage to me in the tournament, but Leviathan currently died in the Wind Shrine about 3 hours ago. So
yes, he's well in the rearview mirror.
Sir not appearing in this void. So if we're doing a setup here now, we got out of the pyramid with our samurai and our freelancer. So let's learn how to throw money.
Ooh, Mirage Vest, nice find.
L5 Doom! Mimic!
Mimic!
Freelance harder. Gargies!
This looks like a job for Black Mage.
And gold.
And probably Bahamut.
Alright, fine, Bahamut.
So gargoyles, the shtick with gargoyles is if you kill one of them first, then it'll revive in short order if you don't also kill the second. So you want to do AoE whenever possible so that you're not having to stagger your attacks.
Yeah, gargoyle triplets have the same trick. Them and the triplets have the same mechanic. Like, you kill one, you got 5 ticks to kill everyone else, or if you're starting over. And gargoyles actually works. Gargoyles actually can use fusion and destroy themselves on purpose to heal the other gargoyle back to full. And just ruin the whole thing for you.
Which is terrible. This fight's not going to last long enough for that to happen. Alastair has plenty of damage at his disposal.
Rip.
This check is only 18,000 hit points and split between the gargoyles in this case, so pretty quick fight.
Yeah,
Fleury has opted... Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
That's right. Yes, the spot is very fast. It's fast and strong. It's very front loaded. It's fast and strong. Like if you got guardians there or crystals or something like that, fights and hits really fast. The Minotaur there is rough because it's so fast and strong that spot. But it's very soft HP wise.
Yeah. Oh, there's Giltoss natively, so we're going to see an immediate switch on Kryl from Samurai to Freelancer. So with Giltoss and Mix just as abilities, really just need to gear up your all-kill party here for whatever bosses you run into and try to cruise through the rest of this void. As Fleury is making the back of library check.
I'll solve this problem with money.
Spend, spend, spend.
That drives. It's called the paparazzi.
So I think Fleury is actually taking basically the exact same
Yep.
route here as Alastair did, so if there was any chance of him to pick up some time here, it's slipping away. He doesn't know it, of course. He's just making, checks in the order he thinks he should, which is not unreasonable.
Alright, so Alastair runs a catastrophe in the book. Again, a very soft HP spot comparatively. But here catastrophe I think has access to Earthshaker, so you gotta be careful.
Yeah. Or actually the Quake spell, which is much more powerful, and this might actually like the party does. Yeah, so the thing is unless Alastair sold his wall ring, which he did go on a bit of a spree in Mirage, so we might not still have that wall ring, but if you have a wall ring, you can cast Float on your party, equip that wall ring, and then Catastrophe will spend the entire fight trying to bring that party member back down to the ground with gravity and just waste all of his turns. You can finish him without incident, but I don't know that I don't know that Alastair kept a wall ring.
I'm thinking
that
no.
said, yeah, I'm thinking no, or else he probably would have equipped it already. But he did cast Float, so the thing is, you just get your party hasted and you keep casting Float, and that will just
there's still wall ring.
Yeah. Oh, it does have a wall ring. So yeah, he's set. This is a free fight.
Yeah. So anyone who's not played FF5 in the speed gaming as season 4, the Void bosses. This catastrophe is actually a Void boss. You'd find him in the Void normally. The Void bosses are all very gimmicky. They all have like tricks. That's one of my friends. It's basically like, I'm going to ask you a question in the first round of combat. Do you have an answer to this question? If you reply no, the boss says, okay, that's cool. I kill you. That's kind of every boss in the Void. It's like, I have a trick here. Can you answer it within 2 rounds of combat? No? Okay, take 4,000 damage.
Pretty much it. That is the size of it. And as you see here, that wall ring means that Bartz will stay floated even when Catastrophe uses gravity. And because it's just going to bounce, and Catastrophe gets confused and just keeps casting it because he thinks it's a good idea.
Why you don't step beyond ground?
And a ton of damage output from Alastair's party right now, so this is going to be a very quick fight. Catastrophe's already down.
Yeah, so only one round of combat there. So Catastrophe cast gravity once and just like, huh? What happened? Then just got melted.
Yeah, I think we'll be seeing a lot of that sort of thing throughout the rest of the Void here.
I was going to save, actually, because that fight's annoying enough where Alastair wants to save and be prepared for it, or have it be over with and not come back.
Yeah, makes total sense. And Fleury has gone to Sunken Walls, so we know that this is the required check. Tablet 2 is here. He's just got to get through Marigine.
And Fleury has gone 3-cent rise at Time Mage, so I'm not sure if there's any black magic involved here.
Yeah, it does have Flame Scrolls from Ferris, which is Marigine's weakness, but unfortunately with Throw on Samurai, they're not very powerful. No, Dry, I don't think Fleury did go to Mirage. I don't think he did.
Not yet, no.
Interestingly enough, Alastair is continuing to loot here, grabbing a couple chests in the Void.
I think anything else that might be... We have Big Guard, we have White Wind, we have Necro!
Well...
Reset.
Yeah, reset. Gonna change things up to deal with Necrophobia.
Doing a lot worse. Necro is one or two boss tiles away from being a real problem.
Yeah, this spot is manageable. You just need to set up your party correctly. Looks like Alastair is rigging primarily for physical damage. But with Freelancer has plenty of hit points, and...
Yeah, physical damage in question with attacks, but using Excalibur is using weapons that have elements. So once Necrophobia's barrier is down and starts fighting you proper, AX fight ignores the blind effect that you're going to get, and any element does double damage because Necrophobia is weak to all elements. So Excalibur being holy, Ragnarok I think it's a holy as well. So all those weapons do double damage on contact.
Right. It's like Alastair pausing to switch his running shoes over to Bart's. See how that plays into his strategy. Not sure which abilities ended up on Bart's here, but we'll get a good look at it right away. Looks like Summon and X Magic. Going straight to
Double shoot.
Yeah, double shoot. This is not a bad idea.
Ah, you got me.
Barriers vulnerable to stone. So before Necro even gets out his opening taunts and what have you, 2 barriers are down.
With these 4, 2 barriers. I am invincible.
No, 2 barriers. There's this one and that one.
The full buff up. Big guard, haste. And again, we're going to double up and Demon's Eye down.
This is very well handled. This is a good Necro fight.
You know, the setup here with the Freelancer being so available, X Magic actually having access to the summon spells, definitely just, you know, even if Necro was in Twintania spot or Hell spot, where it's stronger and faster, would just be, the barriers would be melted down in 2 rounds of combat, just no question. Yeah, Fleury is skipping the Mirage and skipping treasure chests, going right to the void as fast as he can. So Fleury knows that they're behind and they're just tearing through as fast as they can.
Yeah, this is entirely appropriate.
It's not a matter of like seeing the other screen or anything. Like, Fleury knows that I spent so long on missions, I spent so long doing chests, and I basically last checked Wall's Tower, like, you know, last checked the tablet. And I'm still not, the race is not done yet, which means they're somewhere ahead of me. I gotta run.
So Fire 3 sword with X fight.
Gone.
Yeah, that's pretty strong.
Found gargoyles, which means he'll toss.
Yeah, this will go a little faster for Fleury than it did for Alastair. Couple of guild tossers, and probably just one more will do it.
I wonder how much money Fleury has. Well, Fleury didn't go to Mirage, so Fleury, well, they sold a bunch of stuff in the town, like just in Rugor or Mua somewhere. I wonder how much gold
I'm not sure. Yeah, we'll take a peek. Probably get a chance to look at the save point. Or actually, right now,
76,126.
Yeah, it's pretty light, and I think Fleury realized that and is going to head out to get some more money.
It's Shiva.
Now, Shiva's pretty annoying here. But at the same time, Alastair has the tools to deal with Shiva.
Yelena ignores ice damage, so no matter how bad it gets, as long as the commands go down, Shiva can't win the fight. They're strong. The commanders here have a lot of HP.
And they hit pretty hard too, which is good. It's a good idea to have Golem up. And the interesting thing, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, just simply fire 3 sword. Magic sword level 3. If the enemy is weak against that element and not heavy, they die to the hit. That's what's taking damage. So you see where it's hitting Shiva for 3,000 damage, but it just absolutely murdered the commander in front.
Yeah, if you blinked, that commander disappeared. It's because of that level 3 spell sword.
Shiva down for Alastair. Good save again real fast. Move on to the next boss.
I think I just saw Fleury sell his wall ring.
Yep.
But he has gone from rags to riches in a big hurry. Now it has well over 200,000 gil.
Yeah, Fleury, part of me says yes, I would have stayed in the void and tried to figure something against that. But my other options are summon, really, and I don't have any good summons to take out Ned. Bahamut is pricey in a long animation.
Yeah, pricey and can't be boosted, non-elemental, so can't really be boosted. If you have one of those elemental summons like Leviathan or Sildra, then you can use elemental power or have a, air knife or something like that.
Triplets.
Triplets. Thought we might see them here, and Again, Alastair has so much at his disposal. Odin will take care of this. Slices and dices.
Good night, piggies.
I thought that was a pretty good approximation of the True Edge sound effect, by the way.
That's pretty good.
I enjoyed that.
A few washings in my time.
You're a veteran washinger.
Oof. Don't quote that. Let's see here. So one more boss. In theory, I don't think Alistair's gonna kill the portal boss, the void safe point boss. So one more boss available with a few choices left. Halicarnass is around. Let's find out. Titan.
Titan hits like a truck here, and you want to get Float up as quickly as possible, but certainly manageable.
Golem first. There we go.
Golem is a very good idea.
Let's see who hits harder, Titan or Omniscient? Kinda close. Do we not have float in this party right now?
We have haste too, so yeah.
We'll get carried away, and we'll Alistair not cast float in time to. And Big Guard do too, yeah. If you have blue and Big Guard.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, no, go for combat. If Alistair's too excited, I might just, get mowed down by an earthquake at the end. We'll see. Ooh, yeah, I was going for damage. Alistair's just gambling on the fact that I can soak an earthquake.
And Titan has 50,000 hit points here, but Alastair is really just blowing through that total.
Yeah, the damage is non-stop here. So yeah. Just in the bloodlust and the rage, I think it's failing to cast float.
Yeah, there's the Earthshaker already, and doesn't do a whole lot.
Yeah, the problem would be Earthshaker. The problem would be if you had Earthquake available from being at the highest tier spot.
Right.
Yeah, Deathquake stays the same, thank goodness. But yeah, Earthquake would have been a problem. Alright, 311. Final save. 312, final save.
And Alastair has all of the standard setup stuff available and plenty of money for Guild Toss plus Mix, and it looks like that's what we're going to see here.
Alastair not choosing to go Mime, choosing to stay with Freelancer.
And Alastair taking care with his equipment here too, which is always a good idea because you never know when Optimize is going to pop up and ruin your day. You show up in the X-Death fight with something you didn't want.
They're Cryosmic, so Cryosmic do have multiple abilities.
Guild Toss Summon Mix. I expect maybe we'll see another Mimic with Guild Toss Time Mix. Fairly standard.
Two next year, so. Time, Guild Toss, nope. Guild Toss, time into blue, I imagine? I don't think you want blue for the, not mix again. I think you want blue for the Big Guard, but let's see.
Yeah, Big Guard is nice safety with this party setup. Still should be fine. So Fleury did not save his wall ring. He's having to keep Float up here. It's a small inefficiency, but it's not going to be ultimately a problem against Catastrophe.
There she goes down. So Alastair heading to the void proper now. Fleury still has Catcher's spot, Halcyon has a spot, and so Fleury's down 3 bosses right now. Alastair has finally stopped looting, so no more void chests. Goodbye, White Mage.
Yeah, I have a feeling if there was anything good down here, we won't find out about it.
Alright, so we'll see here with the most common strat. You'll see first off, Alastair will attempt to make themselves immune to White Hole, which is the primary attack of Exdeath's first form, untouched. Is to petrify and kill you simultaneously. If you're immune to death, the attack misses you. So first up, you guard against that. Then you spend time raising your level up. So you get your defenses up, you get your haste, you get your golem. Make yourself hard to hit, hard to kill. Then you spend your time making sure that everyone in the party is higher level. So with a mix, you can raise your level effectively, like in the background, to higher, 10 per mix or 25 per mix based on if you have dragon power. And when your level's higher, you have stronger abilities, your math is work differently because you have a higher level. And with Guild Toss, it goes up, you get damage, and the cost goes up. So the goal is to get the party to around 95 or so levels, and then your Guild Toss should be effectively maxed or like high enough where it doesn't really matter much. Like high 9,000s. And then just throw money at Exdeath, and then the Exdeath form 2 until they go home. And just have money forever. Leave you alone.
Yeah, that's basically it. And so what we'll see is a setup phase here from Alastair against first form, followed by holding the A button on Guild Toss.
Just behold the power of my philanthropy. No! Generosity!
Altruism, no, my weakness.
So we're going to mow down these guardians here. Instead of doing the stone strats, there is medioing and hobbling down the barriers. Also effective. Though Medio is a little weird because if it targets Necrophobia himself, those attacks don't count because he's immune to damage in the first phase.
Ooh. So Alastair didn't quite boost his mimics up enough at minimum. Fell a little bit short of the 9 grand there, but this is still okay.
The damage here is still pretty solid. And we're seeing wait a turn, let Exdeath swing first, then we're going to try and finish him off. Try and make sure you don't get a double attack in the first opening round. Of form 2. The void is devour Exdeath!
Why?
So we have flashing lights shaking things, loud noises. Then Amano intensifies.
Yeah, just your general disruptions to the space-time continuum and that sort of thing.
It's wild seeing this game so late after the fact. Like, my first Final Fantasy was 4, 2 on 4 in the SNES, then 6 afterwards. And when we got the Nintendo Power, we got the preview for the game. It was the Amano art and all the Nintendo Power, so it was like weird and it's wispy and really the style is very distinct and unique. And it's very much yeah, just so hard to describe. It's really like I don't know, it's good looking. And you get the game, it's like, oh, that's you see it's here. Exdeath, this is his actual base design, like that face and the crown, all that's up there. Like the concept art of Exdeath was that like really design, like really just well, kind of the same actually. Like, Exdeath has kind of the same face as Emperor does in Final Fantasy 2. There's a lot of characters in FF6 have the same kind of features.
Yeah, so many similarities between those, all of that concept art, and then the way things ended up looking in game. I think that might be the last gill toss, and it is. Everybody, get your GGs out in chat for Alastair, who has won this race after. Goodness gracious, what a seed this was.
Yes, 3:19:30 was the finishing time. Just omniscient was the difference. Just who saw, dealt with, and handled omniscient faster. That was really the whole thing. Outside omniscient, they all went before the race. Before omniscient, they did all the same checks in different order, all the same checks. Then after the omniscient, they did all the checks in sequence again. Same path followed. Just basically difference of omniscient versus first and second. That's all it was.
Yeah, that really was basically the whole race. It came down to that omniscient fight and just only really a handful of tools to deal with that fight. Some of them more optimal than others, and you saw Alastair get through that first, and as a consequence, he'll move on to the winner's bracket final.
I have the power.
There we go. That was a seed.
Alistair, you won. How do you feel?
Honestly, surprised.
At what point in that seed do you start looking at the race room and just say to yourself, wow, how is my opponent not finished yet?
Pretty much as I was doing World 3 stuff. Because I felt so behind after that Omni fight, because it took me forever to remember the Bacchus mix was a thing.
Yeah, I mean, that was for both of you really the turning point in the race. You got through your Omni fight first when you did remember the Bacchus mix. So I don't even know where to start, but you can kind of take us through. That seemed like such a big deal in the seed. Kind of take us through what you thought some of the key points were in the rest of it.
Well, the big bait from... I'm pretty sure it was the shrine page at the Garula spot, right?
Yeah, the whole chain from
Yeah, that big bait chain.
So here, had this shrine page. Here, had this pyramid page. Here, had this Karnak page. Here, had this...
Yeah, and
Here, go to Big Bridge. Surprise!
It was nothing, yeah, and so... Actually, it wasn't even until I was in the void that I remembered, oh right, Sunken Walls is also part of Walls, and that's why the hint meant... Because I was constantly racking my brain, what the heck was Path to the Void in Walls? Because I just lucked in... I wasn't even thinking, I just went to Sunken Walls because of the sub being Path to the Void.
That's the big thing early on in the race that the sub was like, oh, sub is no Path to the Void here, and you found a sub key, which means, oh, there's 5 possible things that are Path to the Void now, because you found a sub key.
And for me, I was just running around doing a bunch of other stuff, hoping I could get something to make him easy, like even just Magic Sword 2. But I'd never found it, so bashed my face until I could, get remembered the Bacchus mix.
I think we saw basically every chest check, anything that was available in the seed to that point.
Yeah.
You both hit it because of the obstacle that presented. We do have Fleury here in chat with us now too. GG.
GG, Fleury.
I mean, sure.
God, that was a seed.
Yep.
So it turns out the omniscient starter package was hiding down the trench. You had Black Mage, Time Mage, Black 5, Magic Sword 3. So basically, and I think White 5's now too. So yeah, basically the omniscient kill package was waiting for you in the trench, but that's a little beyond omniscient, so that was a problem.
I was also kicking myself because I sold the power staff early on because I'll never need that.
Yeah, I mean, not usually. Yeah, the rule would be just make a berserk and let it happen. But again, no one could. Yeah, Golem, I think. So yeah, Golem available, which is good for 1 hit.
Yeah, it could take 2 hits in the back row and started just summoning Golem almost every turn.
Yeah, so again, the seed initially, opening seed. If you watch the race back, we both went to Mua, whatever I'll call it, and it was basically Kuzar. You had Mix, you had Slash, you had powerful songs, you had the end game abilities were found all in Mua, basically. Like outside of the guild samurai you found in the pyramid, you basically had end game down pat between singing, mixing, and else there from more back like 20 minutes into the race. Chicken knife in the right chest, both you got it. And yeah, basically the scene was like I was thinking to myself, oh, this would be a nice end game seems to be easy because you'll be good at the end game. Then you got no magic. You found all threes. You found fire, bolt, and ice 3 in the first like 20 minutes.
And no way to use it.
No way to use it. And Omni showed up in the worst possible spot and said, I have a bracelet. Come and get it.
Minotaur in Trench was also a jerk.
Yeah, that was not fun. I at least had we had the tools for it, but I was like, come on, haven't you done enough, Seed?
Yeah, I know. Like, God.
The game just says, like, you will have your fork tower. You will like it. You will have it wherever you wish.
Thank God I didn't get baited into going into Fork.
Yeah, I'm not sure there's no hints saying one way or the other for Fork, but all the hints pointed to the submarine key. So there's a chance, I guess, it could have been on like labeled Fork spot, but so many hints pointed towards other spots, so you had to check those first.
Yeah.
Totally reasonable.
And mercifully, we had those Baron hints, because if those weren't there, there were still so many checks that you could think about doing.
It reminds me that I was doing Moogle Waterway at first, running into... I've already forgotten who the boss was. It was just someone being a jerk.
Caliphastery.
Callow, that's right. And I reset out. It was like, I'll come back to this later. And then I found the Caves Baron hint. It was like, well, don't have to go back to her.
Right here. So, the raising your Fleury, go on.
I was just say, like, it didn't help that we got the one hint that Brent, gave us one of two go modes. Like, it was going off of one of two spots, and picking the wrong one meant like 10 extra checks.
Yeah, God.
That was, I mean, it gave us like the answer of either Guild Toss or a summon, and it's pyramid, so of course I had both.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was not nice either. Like, that was another what could have been another huge divergence, but it sounded like it wasn't. So
yeah, I took the bait too.
It was Omni the Seed. That's really all it was.
Omni was the big dividing point there. Before that, you both did the same checks in different orders. You definitely went bouncing around a little bit. Afterwards, you did the same checks in order, but they were also the math checks. They're the checks by the number. Like, of course you go to the shrine. There's 2 chests there. Of course you go to the pyramid. There's 3 checks there. Of course you go to this. There's more checks. Like, it just the math worked out in sequence there. Just how the outlier was like, oh, and then there's Wall's Tower, which is just sitting by itself with, may or may not have the answer.
Yeah, I thought about peeling out to check Wall's Tower at some point, but it kept giving us multi-checks, or like ones that were done in one turn, and by the time we got to like Mirage, I'm like, alright, now it might start to make sense. But yeah.
Yeah, it's always very easy to put off those checks when you get things like Sandworm Bait or whatever else that it's just like, okay, I run over here real fast and dust this in one turn, and but then those just kept turning up empty.
So it's very convenient placing on the mountains Baron in Mirage Village.
Were you going? We were wondering if you were just going to head straight for North Mountain, but then you saw that hint. Was that on your mind?
Yeah. Like, if I didn't get that hint, I was going to go to North Mountain. So yeah, it's a good thing I decided to do shopping and check the hints.
Yes, that really helped out, because who knows what that check might have been. There were still a couple of dangerous bosses out there. We never did see Bahamut, I don't think, so that might have even been a vanilla North Mountain.
Yeah, looking at my tracker, what's left. Yeah, Bahamut would obviously be the ugliest left.
Yeah, this is Bahamut. Thankfully we saw an early Leviathan in the Wind Shrine, so that was out the door quick.
Yeah, always good to get him done early.
All right, folks. Anything else we want to talk about? Anything that's seed that Sagachi, you want to move on to the next seed? I know Alastair's moved to the winners finals. Fleury, I do believe you're still in tournament, so I think it still goes on for you, does it not?
Yep. I mean, honestly, this is house money at this point. I expected to go 0-2, so
Yeah.
like I'm thrilled to even just be in here. So like, Omni saying you shall not pass. Sure. Okay. Yeah, but appreciate y'all sticking out, watching 3 hours of that. That was a thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna go get some ice cream and wind down. Y'all
Yeah,
have a
I'm
good night.
gonna just chill for a little bit before bed.
That
Yeah,
sounds
thanks.
like good plan. Good plan.
Yeah, thanks for commentating, restreaming, and all that.
For sure, I'm glad to do it. I'm glad Seawolf and I were able to be here for it. It was a really interesting seed. You know, you both raced really well. It was just really that point in the middle, that Omni fight that
All right.
kind of was the big difference. So, other than that, it was basically neck and neck the entire time.
Yeah.
All right, so we did get the tracking here. I want to thank Speed Gaming for hosting the tournament for these final few games. So we appreciate their coverage here. Archfield Monk with you as well, Seawolf1, and Dry's Live in the background doing the tracking for us. I saw them chat for a lot, so give them a thanks. I know they took care of all the button pressing, so we just do our yapping. And yeah, we'll be back soon enough. We got more races coming up in a few days, I believe. I think on Friday we got 2.
Yeah, Friday. Friday we've got one, and at 10 p.m. Eastern, that's Karma versus Shime, and then just 12 hours after that, on Saturday morning, actually 10 a.m. Eastern, we've got Judge Joe versus Lily. So a couple of matches that are, I believe, elimination matches. Yeah, those are both in the bottom bracket.
Loser
So
bracket
whoever
stuff.
wins, whoever wins gets through and is still alive in the tournament. Whoever does not is out. So a couple of good ones yet this weekend. No channels yet for those, I don't think so, but stay tuned. Take a look at the Speed Gaming schedule and all the other fantastic stuff going on Speed Gaming this week and into the weekend for some other great racing. But I think that's going to do it for us here tonight. So thank you, Seawolf. I'm Archfield Monk, and I think we'll have to wait to see it till next time. Take care, everybody.